What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to freaking Trades. I know it's been a minute since we've done a live stream here, but it's good to be back and just kind of chilling and chatting with people here on the weekend. I'll tell you what, things have been freaking crazy for the last week or two with work, with these heart appointments and stuff. I have not even been able to take a freaking lunch break here lately, but figured I'd come back and just chat with everybody here on this live stream and catch up with the community, because honestly, I miss you guys. Freaking miss you guys. It's been a minute, and I miss being able to do these bell-to-bell live streams that I used to do. So we're going to be just freaking logged on here and chat with everybody for a couple hours, just see what's up, shoot the shit, whatever it is, answer some questions, have some chats, have some fun, whatever it may be. Check this out, though. We've got a lamp, the OG lamp over here in the corner, and I've got a new lamp that was actually made for me by a guy who we're going to call Pops. Check this out. Lamp off, lamp on. Lamp off, lamp on, lamp off. That's so cool. Look at this thing. Look at that. That's freaking sick. So whenever I can get back to these bell-to-bell live streams, people want lamp off, lamp on. We're going to have the OG lamp, the Mistress, chilling here in the corner. We're also going to have the ape lamp, baby. That's the coolest crane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Man, super dope. Dub RX, I appreciate that, man. Trey's new guy lamp, yes sir. Let's go. It's good to see the chat freaking having some fun here. Is Ken Griffin going to jail for fraud? I'm not going to point fingers at anybody. That's up for you, individual people, to kind of come to your own conclusion on. But what I will say is this. I think there's a widespread systemic issue that's led to what you're watching happen with AMC. A lot of people are messing up, right? So when the freaking crackdown gets laid, there's going to be some people who definitely are in some deep trouble. Light taps. Light taps, baby. I'm not going to bang my chest hard anymore. You guys definitely don't like when I do that, but that's okay. That's all right. Trey's back. I know, man. I miss this for sure. So what this whole kind of, piece is going to be is just, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an introduction on where I think AMC is sitting right now. I want to talk about the short interest. I want to talk about the low volume, because I think some people are concerned with the low volume and maybe what that means for implications on the stock. But I'm going to walk you through some of these questions that I've seen kind of pop up on Twitter, on YouTube, in my Discord, Instagram, wherever it may be. Just some of the commonly asked questions that I've seen kind of rolling around here. So I want to start off here with Ortex, and I actually tweeted this out right before I got onto the live stream because I think it's a pretty fascinating thing to see. The short interest is at 18.67% right now, which is about 95 million total shares that are shorted into the market. Now, the cool thing to see is the discrepancy between that and the shares on loan. If you've been watching AMC for a couple of months, you will notice that the shares on loan used to be much higher. It was like 130, 40, 150 million. And there was a gap between what the shares on loan was and the actual short interest in the market. And that is a much smaller gap right now, which leads me to believe that a lot of the shares on loan, if they were just being held and weren't shorted into the market, are now actually shorted into the market, which is pretty fascinating, right? And another cool thing to see, and this is actually going to be, I think, surprising to a lot of people, and actually, I hope it gives you some hope in terms of where the stock is actually sitting. The short interest right now is higher than when it ran up to $72. Check this out. 17.48% was the estimated short interest of free float back on June 2nd, which is when the stock price ran up to 72 bucks. Right now, it's sitting at 18.56% on the 24th of June and 18.67% as of the 25th of June, which is pretty freaking cool stuff, right? So you got to zoom out here a little bit, right? There's been heavy shorting that's been taking place in the market overall. After this run up to 72 bucks, I mean, it went from 11% short interest all the way up to 18, right? So shorts are doubling back down their positions, which is just raising that overall floor and raising the ceiling on the stock and where this thing can squeeze up to, if that's something that you want to see happen, obviously. So I'm pretty freaking jacked about that. How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? God, that's cool. That just gets me going. So that's something that I think is a good thing to zoom out on and really take into full consideration when you're watching the stock price. And then the other thing I want to talk about is the overall volume that you're seeing on any given day, right? So the volume is going down here a little bit, but that is because, in my opinion, we are in a consolidation phase, right? We're doing the up and down, trading sideways, the boring fluff in the middle, right? When you make a good cheeseburger will have lettuce, cheese, tomato, some grilled onions, some freaking nice mayo, right? But what I call this fluff right now is the lettuce, right? The lettuce adds to the burger. You don't get a burger and say, hey, just like a bun and some lettuce, right? You got to put that lettuce on because it adds to the taste of that freaking nice juicy patty, right? So what you're watching happen right now is these condiments. Those condiments are getting laid down on the burger until the burger's done cooking up, right? So this is the stuff in the middle that I think really helps contribute to that overall price action. In the meantime of that, the volume's going to go lower, right? Because to be completely blunt, right, this is okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just the truth. Right now, this isn't a FOMO play, right? People are not trying to pile into this at this exact moment, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on this run. I'm going to miss out on this run, right? This is the fluff in the middle that gets this to be a FOMO play again, right? FOMO lasts for a very short period of time. FOMO happens when you see there's no better stock in the stock market in that exact moment in time to buy than, there it is right now, right? This is the middle stuff that gets you there, which is why that volume is decreasing, right? Now, how's that volume going to come back? It's going to take some sort of technical breakout, right? Technical analysis, this is where it comes into play, is you get a technical breakout and people are going to start piling back into this thing again because people like to buy green, people like to sell red. That's just the basic psychology of how charts and how the stock market typically works. So what does that technical breakout look like? I'm telling you, I've said it a million times, I'll say it every single time, it's $63, right? It's that $63 move. You get a hold over 63 bucks, it's going to bring you to that $70 mark. That's where I think the volume is really going to start piling back into this thing again. So am I concerned about lower volume? Not in the least bit, right? Volume just drives volatility for the upside and the downside. So less volume means less volatility. And in some sort of consolidation phase, it means that you've got less opportunity for a stock to get driven down, which is exactly what we want to see, right? I do not mind lower volume in consolidation. Think about this, right? If you had a lot of volume in a consolidation phase or in a downtrend phase, it would mean that a lot of people are trying to get out of the stock. They're trying to sell the stock, right? So to have lower volume when the stock is doing nothing means that people are just simply holding. That's the basic psychology of what's happening right now. So I'm not concerned with lower volume. It's boring, right? It's not fun to watch. I understand that. But patience, my friends. Patience, absolutely. Just gotta be patient. That's what I'm waiting on right now. So each passing day, as this continues to go, if you need anything to sit in your mind, if you are an AMC shareholder, this is what I come back to, right? This is what I think about all the time. If I was to sell AMC stock right now, would I be comfortable going short on this stock in the market for a prolonged period of time? My answer to that is no, right? I think it's a death wish to go short on this stock. So if you were to sell right now and you wouldn't be comfortable going short, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Of course, that's your own financial responsibility. It's your decision to make, but I don't think this is a good short. I still don't think this is a good short. I don't think it'll ever be a good short. That's all that I need to think about when I'm looking at AMC stock, right? Patience. Patience, patience, patience. Anything worth doing in life does not come easy, does not come quick, right? AMC is a patience play, and that's kind of what I've got for this sort of little intro, talking about the short interest, talking about the volume, and where we're kind of sitting right now. So hopefully that's some sort of, I like that you guys like that burger analogy. Burgers are decent, man. They're freaking decent. I love burgers. Yes, sir. Hey, you guys let me know if this is lagging at all. I think it's good on my end. It looks good. I've got the bit rate down pretty solid so that we can all cook with Crisco and be chilling and just enjoy the day. But if we need to lower that bit rate, I definitely will. But it looks good on my end. The stream is saying that things are looking pretty solid. Not lagging? Dope. Lemon pepper tendies, baby. Let's go. No lag. Awesome. Hyaku placenta. You know what it is, Johnny. It's hyaku placento. Hyaku placento means 100% in Japanese. Nani? Nandato? Nandato? Bakaero. I love it. That's gold. No issues. Awesome. That's good. We're not rocking that stupid freaking 64-bit Wi-Fi that, that I was cooking on before. This is an Airbnb that I'm staying at right now. I think I'll be here until probably early July, and then I'm going to try and find a more stable place that I'll be for a little while, just until I find out the exact day that I'm getting open heart surgery. Because when I get that open heart surgery, they will send me back to North Carolina so that I can get that surgery. I'm going to get it at Duke, actually, and then I'll be able to recover at my house. The recovery process is typically a couple months, 2 to 3 months, something like that, in that time frame. And that's where they're going to send me to get that done. So for now, I'm just going to bounce around Airbnbs. That's what I'm going to do. This place has freaking wired internet, which is huge. I love that wired internet. Definitely helps out a lot. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm rocking with right now. Lemon pepper. Yes, sir. Thank you for all you do. I've gotten family and friends to join Ape Nation because they also believe apes together strong. LFG, baby. Yes, sir. That's what's up, Philippe. I think it's it, or Philip, one of the two. Oh, what? No low V-neck today. It was a little chilly in here. I'm wearing a tank underneath this, so eventually, if I get too warm, I'll take this off. But I was chilly. I was chilly when I woke up. It's always freaking like 90 to 100 degrees outside, so I try to keep the inside a little bit nice and cool. Burgers and tendies, yes sir. Sir, glad you smiling. YouTube gamer named Zilbrad. He is on the GME Moon. Ape Gaming has 2.4 million followers. He would be a great connection. His name is Zilbrad, huh? Let me check this out real quick. I'll look him up. Man, it's so good to be back. I missed you guys. Really, I did. This sort of stuff makes me smile. I love doing this. Honestly, this is my happy place. This is my happy place. This is where I really, where I can have a lot of fun and just let loose and chill with the freaking gang, man. This is fun. Look at that. GameStop will be worth 30. Ooh. Man, he's a big channel. That's wild. Look at this guy. How old is he? Does anybody know how old he is? He looks kind of young. Maybe late teens, early 20s? This is not Apex Legends. I'll toss him a sub. I'll check him out. Trey, you and Matt need to take us to the moon. Me and Matt are like freaking this, dude. Me and Matt are good friends. I love what I love doing is going on Twitter and starting just some random stuff. Like I tweeted this out to Matt earlier today. I saw this and this just made me chuckle. It's Matt's face on Loki. I love that. Oh man, that's gold. Trey, looking good, my brother. Let's keep getting into those short wallets. Positive vibes for a positive week. Enjoy, my man. Definitely, man. Amen, brother. Dude, it's I'm absolutely just chilling out. This is just a patience play, man. The longer that the shorts hold their positions, the more room there is on the table for them to lose, just based on the short borrow fee rate, right? That cost to borrow, that annualized interest rate, and the fact that they're just down a crap ton. I mean, I've showed this before, I'll show it again. The average position on AMC for a short is very, very low. I mean, it's in that $10 to $15 range. Now check this out, right? Average days on low in 31 days, it's gone down, which means that there are probably some new shorts that are being established, which wouldn't make sense with this uptick in short interest, right? Now, just check this out. 31 days ago, we're just going to call it a flat month, so May 27th, right? If you look back on May 27th, what was the average price, right? Average price will meet somewhere in the middle of $18 and $29. We'll call that 20 bucks, right? So the average short position right now is down 20, 40, almost 200%, right? That's a huge loss. So that's astronomical, honestly. It's a pretty wild thing to think. And that's just the average, right? There could be some that are lower than that. $10, $9, $8, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? It could be a huge, freaking range of actual short positions. So it's pretty wild to think about, man. We've got all the time in the world as an AMC investor and an AMC holder. They do not. They're fighting those automated margin calls, which is pretty wild. Not really a Q&A, just commentating. No, I'm answering questions. I'm going through all this stuff. Appreciate you. I appreciate you too, brother. This is our happy place as well. Amen, Who family. Woo! Love and appreciate you, Trey. I appreciate you too, brother. Love you, brother. Been holding since January. Your heart surgery is in 3 days. Are you nervous? How are you feeling? I wish you the best. Yeah, so this first heart surgery that I'm getting is pretty minor. It shouldn't be anything bad. It's actually on Wednesday. So what that's going to be essentially is it'll be a small incision right here around my sternum, and they're putting in something called a loop monitor. So I can show you what this looks like. It's like 2 inches long. It's nothing crazy. Loop monitor. And essentially all that it's going to do is track the arrhythmia that I've got, right? So I don't know which model it is. Maybe this one, maybe that one. I don't know. It's one of these two. But they're just going to put that in my chest and then sew it back up. The whole procedure takes like a half hour or something. And then I should be able to recover within 24 to 48 hours. I think they're actually going to give me work off for the rest of the week. So I'll get Thursday off for sure, but maybe Friday as well. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But if I need the full 3 days, they're going to give it to me, which means that I've got more time to give to you guys. So I'm pretty happy with that. It shouldn't be anything crazy. I'll be fine. It is what it is. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to go get myself some freaking Subway, baby, to kick back and recover. It'll be fine. Man, I like to think that I'm just going to be the next Iron Man. It's like an arc reactor. I want that big one. I want this big sucker right here. This arc reactor looking thing. So that when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I just look like I'm going to draw like just some lights or something beaming out of that sucker. It'll be cool. Honestly, I'm excited. It'll be fun to look at. I think it's going to look sick. Oh, man. I asked the doctor, I said, am I going to be able to see that protruding out of my skin? And he said, well, you're kind of built like a stick, so I think so. It's like, yeah, let's go. It'll really be a reason not to do hard taps anymore. I got to stick to those light taps, or I'm going to shatter that thing in my heart. So now I actually have a reason. Oh, man. Light taps. Yes, sir. Top 5 anime? Right now, I would say it's My Hero Academia, One Piece. I like the original Dragon Ball Z. Super's good, but it's not as good as the original Z. I watched Attack on Titan. I have not read the manga, so don't spoil it for me. But I do like Attack on Titan quite a bit. Then I'd say Death Note is probably in that top 5 as well. I like Death Note a lot. Hey, bud, my son was blown away with your response to his borrowing courage heart surgery picture a week or so ago. Glad to see you back. Totally not the FBI. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I hope your son's doing all right. He really is in my thoughts. I know that sort of stuff is stressful, man. It stressed me out in the past. But all you can do is lean on your people, man. People first always. So take care of your son. Let him know that you love him. That's the most that you can do, man. What do you do, Trey, if you don't mind me asking? I can give you some kind of really basic rundown on what I do. I can't talk about it in detail or I'll get in trouble, but Forbes already put it out there, so now at this point it's no secret. I'm in the Army, right? So I'm an active duty officer in the Army. I can't say any more than that, right? I work a full-time job. It's just like an 8 to 5, depending on the day. Some days it's a little less hours, some days it's more hours. But that's essentially what I do. That's my job. That's as much as I can say. Demon Slayer is also good. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter. I hope they pick that back up again soon. So much love to you, amigo. Mornings just aren't the same without you. AMC to the moon, holding strong since January. So here's a question for you guys. Would you rather I made a morning video every single day? Because that's what I've been doing, right? I'll make a morning video and then I'll make an evening video. Or would you rather that I live stream for an hour to an hour and a half in the morning and then just make an evening video? You guys let me know. I'm down for either, right? I try to provide value in the way that you guys see because I'm here for you, genuinely. I'm just trying to give you guys what you want to see. So if you would rather, I did a live stream instead of making a morning video, I can definitely do that. It's just, ultimately what you guys want. Live. You look better today. Thank you, man. I had a good amount of food and slept like a freaking demon yesterday. I needed it so much. I think I actually, I napped for like 4 or 5 hours and I slept for a good 8. So that had to be 12 or 13 hours of sleep, which I definitely needed. It looks like it's overwhelmingly live. Yeah. All right. Looks like I'm just going to go back to live streams in the morning then. We'll live stream. So what that'll probably look like then is I usually have to go check in with my boss at 6 in the morning. So I get back at around 6:30 or so, and I can live stream for about an hour to an hour and a half after I get back. So that's what we'll do then. That's what we'll rock with for sure, man. Thank you, Nate. Smolder Boulder. Yeah. Where are my glasses, man? Where are my apiators? Hold on, I gotta find my apiators. Gotta find those suckers. Oh, there they go. Should we hit you with the Smolder Boulder quick? Should we do it? All right. Here we go. We're gonna rock you real quick with the Smolder Boulder. Woo! Hey, I can't see the bots with my apiators on, man. That's what these are. That's what they're for. Oh man, Josh, thank you for that. Live stream during your surgery? I don't know if I could do that. That'd be pretty wild. Oh jeez. Hey man, I know the volume's a little bit low right now. Typically on Sundays the volume's a little low, but we'll do the lamp off, lamp on thing. Maybe that'll get the volume kicking up here. I know that's something some people are stressed about, but hopefully that helps out here. Oh man, banana burgers. I've never had a banana burger. I don't know if that would taste good, but peanut butter burgers are good. I've tried that out. We love talking with you. I love talking with you too, Jordan, man. This is honestly my happy place. This is the stuff that really, like, because I'm an extroverted guy, right? The sort of stuff that really gets me going is connecting with people, right? I love hearing stories. I love feeling like I'm actually contributing to something bigger than myself, right? That's really where my happy spot is. So I love doing these live streams, man. Absolute madness. You should go live at market open or 30 minutes before. I could do 30 minutes before, actually like an hour to an hour and a half before. Typically market open 8:30 Central Standard Time. I gotta be at work before that, so it's tough. It just depends on the day. All right, started following you when I was in Afghanistan. Have converted a lot in my platoon to apes. Lee, light taps, baby, let's go. That's so hard. I want to freaking just pound on my chest. That's my thing. I've done that for years. Even ever since college, honestly. But that's sick, man. That's awesome. I've never deployed, thankfully, and I'm glad you're back. I'm assuming back home and safe in the States. But man, I hope you guys make some freaking filthy tendies. The lemon pepper tendies coming from Tendy Town, baby. You're an extrovert. Isn't that crazy, Duncan? That's wild. How often do I get recognized on the street? Surprisingly, it's ticking up here a little bit. Where I live. When I go to work and stuff, people walk up to me all the time and they're like, are you Trey? Like if I go to the food court to get Subway, I go to this little shop at this gas station to get Subway because it's a little quieter. I don't have to walk around as much. But every time I go there, someone walks up and they're like, hey, I'm like, no way, this is wild. But it happens a little bit for sure. It's interesting for sure. They recognize me at Subway. Dude, I don't even have to say my order anymore. They're like, this guy's getting 3 cookies, he's getting salt and vinegar chips, and he's gonna get either a steak and cheese, a spicy Italian, or a meatball pepperoni, baby. Yes, sir. My dude, let's effing go. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. Trey, gang, Weiler. Good to have you back, brother. It's good to see you. Don't eat the fake tuna. I've never had a tuna from Subway, man. Tuna to me, it doesn't even smell good. I'll feed that to the cats. Here's one share of AMC. You the man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that final. Final. I'm glad I didn't say that out loud. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Low volume due to hedge algorithms slowing. So here's my hypothesis on the low volume. I think it's two things, right? Consolidation and low volume means that people are holding the stock, right? So think about this. On a typical day, if you're looking at the inflow and the outflow is typically either a little bit less than the outflow or drastically more. And on the days where you have, low volume and the inflow is relatively close to that outflow, it means that people are holding, right? It means that the actual retail investor, the core group of people who are controlling AMC stock price, who hold the stock, right, are not selling it. They're just holding that thing, right? This is my personal opinion, right? This is just something that I think. The apes are not selling AMC stock, and you won't know what the institutions are doing until the 13Fs come out, but I think any sort of moves for the up or downside hard, right, are majority institutions, and that's, it makes sense. I mean, think about this. If you're an institution, you got an average position at $11, and it runs up to 72, there's a good odds that a lot of these guys are going to take profits because they're not, I'm not going to say they're not apes, but they're not apes, they're not the retail investor group. They're helping the cause, right? But they're not apes. They're not playing the game that the apes are playing. They're playing the bulls and the bears game, right? Apes aren't doing that, right? So any of these drastic moves for the up or downside, right? Apes control about 8% of the float, other 20%, short positions, institutions, insiders, right? Whatever it may end up being, right? That's where you're seeing these moves to the up and the downside. And the fact that it's in this consolidation phase on low volume, to me, means that A, the apes are holding. B, any sort of price move for the up or downside is just hedge funds playing the high frequency trading game up and down, up and down, up and down until you end up getting a technical breakout and the apes come back for some massive, big fat freaking tendies, That's kind of what you got rocking right now. Now, something that I would like to say, which I think is important, is call options right now, right? Calls are the thing that options market makers like the most when they write up call options contracts or puts is when stocks do this, right? They're just trading sideways. They're not making any drastic moves for the up or downside because that's where they make their money, right? They collect premium, and if a stock, an option expires worthless, that's where they make their cash, right? They just get to keep that premium. So if you're going to play calls at this current moment in time, right? Something that I would always say, this is just my opinion, do what you got to do, it's your own financial responsibility, is A, make sure that you are holding underlying stock because I think that's important, and B, give yourself some runway because theta on call options right now is pretty high, right? I mean, you're going to lose a lot of value in your intrinsic value on your call on 1 week expirations. So looking at these $55 to $60 strikes, the theta on these is 40 cents a share, which is $40 a contract. And if that contract right now is worth $4.30, I mean, dang, I mean, you can really lose a lot of that value on each passing day on a call like this. So just give yourself some runway on expiration, right? I'd say anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks just because we are in that consolidation phase right now. We don't know when that's going to end. And I don't think it's a super great idea to give yourself such a small runway on call options. So that's just what I would say about this, the low volume, kind of the theta decay, right? The current consolidation phase that we're in right now. Omari, I have not missed your super chat yet. I'm just going in order. I got you, brother. Don't worry. Don't you sweat it. Spoon! I've got Spoon rocking right now. You never know when some more spiders are going to come. You never know. You never know. Appreciate you, bud. Keep on with the fight. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, brother. Catch you later. Matthew, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Is it true that Charles Schwab is calling members to ask if they can lend stock? I have seen that floating around, and I've actually seen multiple people fact check it. I haven't called Charles Schwab, right, so I can't speak with 100% certainty. But what that would mean to me is they don't want to take on any sort of additional risk or exposure to lending stock for short positions to institutions that want to short from Charles Schwab, right? That's pretty monumental. So what I would, kind of anticipate and hypothesize that to mean is they don't want to take on any additional stock to borrow for shorters, and there's probably not a lot of additional stock for them to borrow in the first place. A lot of it's probably eaten up, and they don't want to take on that additional risk. Think back to when we ran up to $72, right? $77 actually. That same sort of thing started happening a couple weeks before that. So if that's any sort of anticipation and hint as to what could be coming, I'm pretty jacked about that. That could be cool. But I think something important to mention is this. When you're looking at any sort of research, due diligence, number crunching, any of that sort of stuff, is it guaranteed? Is anything guaranteed, right? You don't want to disprove fact through speculation. The fact that I like to watch is the short interest trend, right? I like to look at the technicals. I like to think about the hypothesis behind the short position and the long position so we understand fully what's going on with AMC stock. And is it guaranteed to happen, right? If it's not guaranteed to happen, it's not worth getting our hopes up for. It's not worth setting expectations. So it's a good thing to keep in the back of your mind, but don't expect anything from it, right? It just could be something that could be hinting at something to come, right? What I believe is this. Is this a good short right now? No, it's a terrible short right now. Is this going to go up more? I believe so, right? That's what I'm sticking true to is there's failure to delivers, there's high frequency trading, there's naked shorting that's taking place, there's off exchange and dark pool trading that's taking place. That's all I need to see. That's all the due diligence that I need to know that AMC and the amount of people who are angry about all this sort of malpractice, corruption, and fraud that takes place in the stock market are going to continue to buy and hold, right? You want to look at something that says, hey, apes aren't happy with as high as this has gone yet? Just look at how this is trading, right? It's still trading back and forth in that $50 range. If this was a pump and dump or this is done, it would have run up to $77 and would have sold off. You want to know why? 80% of the stock is held by apes, right? If the apes were happy with $77, they would have taken profits and would have dumped. That's all you need to know. That's the basic psychology of charts. So I think there's much more on the table here. I'm absolutely fine with where this is sitting. We just got to wait it out. Lamp off, lamp on. Let's get that freaking volume jacked up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to see you, good spirits, man. Ready for this Monday's massive boom, boom candles. Let's go. Boom, boom candles, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trey, so excited to see you on the weekend. Stephanie, I appreciate that. I haven't heard from you guys in a minute, you know? I like chatting with everybody and catching up and shooting the buzz, so. Why is $60 a resistance? So $63, I can't tell you why it's a resistance. All we can say is that it's a respected level of resistance on the charts. I see this pop around a lot, right? Technical analysis is useless. Don't follow the line. I could not agree with that. I couldn't disagree with that more. It's absolutely wrong. Even in a squeeze situation, even in a situation where there is some malpractice to take place, failure to deliver, naked short selling, high frequency trading, right? You can still see that it's respecting technical analysis. It just is. I mean, look at this. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 different times it's bounced off that $63 level of resistance break, right? That tells me that that's a technical level. It just flat and simple, plain and simple is, right? So $63, I can't tell you the why, but I can tell you that it's significant, right? So a break over $63, same as $14.50, is going to bring you a nice bullish push to where I think the next level of resistance is going to be at about $70, right? That's just a technical prediction based on previous trends. Not every time you're going to be right. Now, I always say that, but it did happen to be the case at $14. It did happen to be the case at $33, and I think it's going to be the case again at $63. That's just my opinion. Good to see you going full speed. Late taps, baby. All right, now I'm getting warm, so I'm going to take off this freaking this sweater. This happens every time I start chatting and do these live streams. I start out cold, but then I get my body all freaking jacked up when I start doing stuff, and it just gets me warm. So give me one sec here real quick. Rocking the black tank today. Rocking that black tank. All right. Hey, Trey, after the AMC storyline is finished, what other stocks are you looking into buying, says Zachary. So once you make a large sum of money, right, the big thing that I think is the most important is protecting that capital, right? So if you were looking to make, for example, $10,000, but all that you have is $10,000, you're gonna have to be very aggressive with that $10,000. You need 100% gain to make that 10 grand, right? But if you're trying to make $10,000 and you're playing with $1 million, you don't need to be that aggressive. You really don't, because 10% of $1 million is 100 grand, which means 1% of $1 million is 10 grand. So you can play much more conservative plays with a large sum of cash, right? So I think the most important thing to look at for you as an individual person, when you are done, you're satisfied with AMC stock and that saga and storyline has ended, is protecting capital and figuring out how aggressive you want to be in the stock market. I think that's an individual decision that each person needs to make, but I'm going to stick true to the long-term positions that I think are going to do good things, right? I still believe in Microvision as a long-term stock. I believe in Sensonics as a long-term stock. AGTC is a long-term stock. X1 is a long-term stock, right? And I'll protect the majority of my capital, probably 80% or so of my long-term gains that I've made with AMC in those positions. And then the rest of that, the other 20% of my cash, I'll play some swing trades, I'll play some day trades, I'll play some options, right? But I want to really protect and make sure that I'm locking in profits, because we don't want to go looking for essentially huge lottery tickets, after AMC is done. I do think one important thing, though, me and Matt Coors have talked about this a lot, is when the AMC saga is done, that's not the end of the apes. I really do not think so. When I say this, I mean it. The ape is a new breed in the stock market, right? This buy and hodl sort of thing, right? I don't think that's going anywhere. And I don't know what stock that's going to be, and I don't even want to think about it, honestly. Like, that's just a conversation for a different day. But I do think there's going to be other stocks out there that the apes gravitate towards. And I'll tell you what, right? I am going to stick true to what I say. I want to see a better stock market for you, for me, for the other people out there who are going to come and want to invest in the stock market when the time comes, right? I want a better stock market. I want less failure to delivers. I want some sort of, system that's going to fight against naked short selling. Some sort of system that protects people, or at least allows the same opportunity to the retail investor as the institutional investor that gets to go on off exchange or dark pool trading with this super non-transparent sort of system, right? I want that. I want a better system. So whatever that means for everybody out there, right? That's a bridge I'll cross when the time comes. But for now, man, AMC saga is not done. And that's what I'm going to focus on. All right. What do you think about the Fintel, Goldman Sachs, and other large buys on 624? Not FUD here, but I don't trust Goldman. Do you see these as a problem? So whoever the buyer is, right, if they're long on a stock, it's something you're not really going to be able to know with complete certainty when they're actually buying and when they're selling, right? So the 13F, it tells you the filing date, but it doesn't tell you exactly when they purchased. So in that given moment in time, it means they're bullish on the stock and it'll push it up, but I don't think it's anything that's really worth, I would say, wasting energy on, mental energy, because it's not going to affect the ceiling on the stock, right? They're not controlling the majority of the stock. Think about this, right? 80% owned by retail investors. That's as simple as it gets, right? That came out with the most recent proxy statement stating, hey, the little guy, the apes out there, own 80% of the stock on AMC, right? And that's where you're sitting right now. So they control the majority of what actually happens and is dictated by AMC stock price. That's what I'm focused on personally. By Hollow Moon, who wears short shorts, Trey's Ranger panties. Yeah. So I'm wearing shark shorts. Right now I've got my red sweats on, but underneath that, I've got the shark shorts. Shark shorts are kicking. Check that out, baby. Shark Week every week. Shark Week every week, man. Sitting in Germany and no lag on cellular. Good to know, man. Absolutely. Where's the cup? Subway cup? My Subway cup. I fill you up. Let's have a party. Oh, man, I love it. Can someone help me out with some AMC shares? Antonio, Risco, CA, and Ven. Antonio. Chunky or smooth peanut butter tray? I like smooth. I like smooth personally. I don't like that bite in my PB&J sandwich. That's just me. Best of luck on Wednesday. Lots of prayers. Hey, thank you, Lori. I think it'll go fine. It shouldn't be that bad. It's a pretty quick procedure. Some people were saying it's not a super high risk sort of surgery. So I'll go in there, I'll get it done, and I'll move on with my life, and everything should be absolutely fine. Give a shout out to Cobb County teachers, apes in Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, shout out to freaking Cobb County teachers then. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you think running a spread is a good strategy to stretch my chump change for more profit? Matthew, well, first off, I want to say that's your own financial responsibility, right? I can't tell you what to do. That's entirely your decision. But I don't think it's, if you mean by a spread, essentially like spreading out your own calls, maybe like the 60s, 61s, 3s, 5s, 66s, right? Or maybe the 56, 57, 58, 59. I don't think that's bad. No, I think that's a good way to essentially spread out your capital. So if it does end up going, let's say from $54 to 60, you have some calls that ran in the money you made profits on. You can decide to do whatever you want to do with those specific calls. I don't think that's a bad strategy, no. Hey Trey, can you speak on where in the available data where excess AMC shares, naked shorts, etc. are showing up, and what the current estimate is on how many there may be? Thanks. Where in the available data where excess AMC shares are showing up and what the current estimate is on how many there may be. So Ross, to be completely blunt with you, man, there's no way to know the exact number of excess shares, the synthetics, the naked shorts, the failures to delivers may actually be circulating, right? And that's for two main reasons. One, that information is not shared with us, right? That's not information that's publicly available. And two, the data is always lagging, right? So when you get failures to delivers, that speaks on previous trading days whenever you end up getting that information. And then the naked short positions is just not something that's really being transparent at all, right? That's not information that's really shared with us. I see that this may be starting to lag here a little bit. You guys let me know on your end if it looks okay. I'm going to watch that close. Because if it ends up lagging a little bit more, I'll drop the bit rate. But okay, it looks fine now. But nonetheless, right, all that I need to know to see that there's naked short selling taking place is the conversations that have been had, the due diligence and research that's been done by the apes, right? There's a lot of people who have been crunching those numbers and figuring that stuff out. And then the turnover rate, right? So you've got high frequency trading, failure to delivers. High frequency trading can also kind of be stemmed into the category of naked short selling and I would argue short laddering attacks, right? Is that sort of stuff happening right now? Naked short selling and naked, short ladder attacks. More so, I would argue when the utilization rate is higher, right? So when that utilization gets to 100%, which it is back on track to get back up to that level. That means that there's not a lot of available shorts to even establish, which is where you're really going to see a lot of that naked short selling taking place. So how much of that is happening right now? It's hard to say, right? It's hard to know with absolute certainty how much is actually happening, but it does happen, in my opinion, when you do get maxed out and it's hard to borrow stock, which we are getting back into the neighborhood of, right? It's just a time process, right? The utilization dropped. Utilization went down, short interest went down back here after we ran out to $72, and now it's going back up. The utilization is going back up, and that's where you're really going to start seeing that sort of stuff happening again. All right. Did he cover the AMC vote due tomorrow? So the vote is not due tomorrow. The vote ends, I believe, in late July. And speaking on that vote, right, I see this popping around Twitter a lot, differing opinions, which is absolutely fine, right? That's your own decision to make. I'm not here to convince you of anything, right? I just want you to make sure you're doing your own research, due diligence, and figuring out what you think is best for your individual shares when the time comes, right? But I'm not making any sort of vote until the week of the due date, right? I'm just not. I think there's a lot of stuff that could happen between now and then. So I'm going to watch everything that unfolds with AMC. And I think the most talked about thing is that share authorization. And I want to read the fine print on that share authorization so I know exactly what I'm digging into. And when the time comes, when I do dig into that, I'm going to make a video about it, right? I'm going to make a video that's laying out all the details of that specific clause in the proxy statement saying, hey, please vote yes or no to 25 million share authorization, because I want to make sure that I'm on top of that personally so that everybody else can be on top of that for their own decision. But as it sits right now, my friends, right, we don't know how long this is going to play out. I'll tell you this. Think about this yourself. If you vote no or if you vote yes, is that going to kill AMC as a company, right, in this current moment in time? My answer to you is no. I don't think it's going to. Now think about this. If you were to vote no and it does not pass this first time around here in late July, what's going to end up happening, right? Well, what will end up happening is they will move that vote to a different date and they will try again. Are the apes going to go anywhere between now and the end of the squeeze? I don't think so, right? As it sits right now, unless something happens between now and then, right, it's absolutely 100% your decision to make. You do what you got to do. But I would personally, myself, vote no in this current moment in time because I can always come back to voting yes when that comes back around, right? I want to take care of the company. I want to make sure that they're eating good. I want to make sure when this is all said and done that Adam Aaron and all the executive team have the tools that they need to succeed, right? But between now and then, is the company going to fail? Is the company going to hurt? Are they in a situation where they're not going to be able to struggle and come back from the pandemic, right? I don't think so. I think they're sitting absolutely okay. But what I will say is this, right? Please, this is just me. You do what you got to do. Make sure you read through everything. And I'm just going to wait until the last week to make that sort of decision because things can change between now and then, right? I want to make the most informed decision that I possibly can. I just ask that you make some sort of decision. So that's kind of what I've got for you, you know? That's my opinion on that. Hopefully that answers your question if you had any sort of question. But I'm personally, just for now, I'd vote no. I'm just not going to. I want to make sure that the apes, right, have all the availability that they need to get their attendees. That's as simple as it gets. So that's just me. You do what you got to do. That's your own, responsibility with your own stock. But you don't have to make that decision until late July. Thank you for all you do, Trey. Love you, brother, and happy late birthday. Thank you, HG. Pearson, light taps for Pearson, baby. What's good, fam? Miss you, boy. Come back to Lubbock. I will, man. I'll have to do that soon. Absolutely. When is the deadline for the vote? Tomorrow? It is not tomorrow. It is in late July. I think it's July 28th, but I want to double check to be absolutely sure because I don't want to misinform anybody. So let me check out Adam Aaron really quick here. Let's see. July 28th. That's the deadline. So you have until July 28th to make your decision. So that don't feel rushed in the least bit. You don't have to. You do not have to make any sort of voter decision right now. You've got until July 28th. All right. You need to start using the word clown more often if you like Vegeta. You know that's Vegeta's favorite word. We must use it to identify the shorters. Vegeta! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I try to be polite, man. I try to be polite. Vegeta is my favorite because he is a freaking... I just like his character development, man. His growth was intense. It was so awesome, for sure. AMC stick holders meet second line 2026 debt talks of $555 dark pool June, 555 shares shorted related. Weird that 555 in both. Love you, bro, ape. I gotta be honest, man. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about right here. Dat talks at 555. Dark pool June 555 shares shorted. My nose is itchy. There we go. I can't say if they're related or not, man. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but I don't want to, give a yes or no answer to anything of the sort. I'd have to look into it. I'd have to look into it for sure, MJ. MJ! Trey, what if we all vote no and they still add the shares, says Hong. They cannot do that. That would be illegal, right? For them to do that sort of situation, they're running into legal issues, especially because the company and Adam Aaron themselves made a statement saying, hey, even if we got these shares passed, we can't use them until 2022, right? We absolutely cannot do that. And that's if they get passed, right? That comes all into a round-based tie. So if they do that, they're facing some legal problems, right? And that'd be a whole different ballgame. I don't think that would ever happen, right? But if it did, I'd talk to you guys. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's something to worry about, right? We don't want to disprove fact. There's speculation. That's where I think fear, uncertainty, and doubt come into play. FUD. Right? Does the speculation disprove fact? We don't want to do that, right? You want to stick to what is the hard fact. What's the hard fact, right? The hard fact to me is there's more room on the table, right? There's a high short interest. There's high likelihood that there's going to be more naked short selling taking place on this once the utilization gets back up. It's in a bullish uptrend, right? I'm just bullish on it, right? I'm sticking to the fact. I'm not trying to disprove fact or speculation, so... Zilbride has a huge base, and if you look at his followers, they all committed on wanting to help the movement. They don't know how to help and want to. Well, I'll have to reach out to him, man. That'd be sick. That'd be really cool. Trying to start charging you every time you say my last name, bro. I'll keep doing you, brother. Toledo! Holy Toledo! Man, you're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna make a lot of money. That's sick. That's so cool. Oh, dude. Yes, sir. If you were a UFC fighter, what would your entrance song be? X Go and Give It To You, DMX, man, rest in peace. I love that song. That's kind of like my college anthem. I used to run cross country and track, as I've kind of talked about before, and we would jam to that every single time we'd have any sort of Friday shindig, man. And oh man, rest in peace, rest in peace. And actually, when he passed away, I was pretty sad. He was a huge part of my college career, really was. I had a huge fear last night in regards to the AMC squeeze. What if they don't have my Jameson whiskey on my private jet I buy? Like they forget to buy more. It'd be a nightmare. The spicy chef, man, holy Toledo. That would not be it. You know what would be even worse is if they didn't have Kraken. They didn't have Kraken, man. Oh, jeez. Where are my dogs at? Oh, you got the dogs. You got the apes. You got the apes chilling right here, man. Lamp off, lamp on. You know how she goes. Donnie! Trey, good talking to you on Spaces Friday. FYI, me and the kids will be in your neck of the woods from July 2nd through the 6th, visiting family. Would love to try and meet up if you're free. Miss you, brother. Good to have you back, even for a short time. Love. Donnie, man, I'd definitely be down for it. Shoot me a message on Twitter. I don't know if I follow you or not, but I'll try and comb through and find you, man. That'd be sick. Just tweet at me a bunch. Tweet at me a bunch. I know it's hard to pick through everything, and I really do try my best. It's tough to get back to every single person that reaches out, but if I can, man, that'd be freaking gold. That'd be God tier. I'd love it. Will I be hosting a crypto show after AMC Squeeze? Much respect and best wishes. I will be talking about crypto more after AMC Squeezes for sure, man. The energy and vibes you bring are so needed, my man. You're the best, the heart that beats for this movement, and that's no coincidence. Love and light taps. Light taps, Gene! Dude, I tell you what, you guys think I'm freaking crazy right now. You wait until I get that heart surgery. Like, I think about this a lot. When I went in to get my heart MRI, they told me 3 things. They said I've got a heart shunt, which is a hole in my heart, right? It mixes unoxygenated blood with oxygenated blood. They said my right and left ventricle operate at like 45 and 37% of normal capacity. And they said I've got some sort of arrhythmia. It could be supraventricular tachycardia. It could be something else. They're trying to figure that out. But when that all gets fixed, oh man, you guys are in for a treat. I'll never need to drink caffeine again. That'll be wild. That'll be freaking nuts. Ray, did you ever check out my version of Not a Dead Cat, RJ Lee? I sure did, man. I loved it. That was gold. I broke my freaking, I don't know how I did it, but I think I broke my headphones. I sat down and accidentally pulled the cord out of them, and I plugged it back in, and for whatever reason or another, it's not making any sound, so I don't know how to fix that. That's kind of where we're sitting right now. Ugh. Hold their monitor and forget it. That's what I think the loop monitor is for. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Where do you see us finding support in the event? We continue falling this week. What are a couple levels to look for a bounce off of? I'd watch for this $50 to $52 range. I said that on Fox Business. I think that $50 to $52 range is pretty critical. And if we break below that, to be completely blunt with you guys, right, we have to be ready for best and worst case scenario. $42 will be the next level after that. So I'm watching for this Fibonacci retracement zone if it continues its downtrend that we've been in for the last 3 days or so, between $50 and $52. I'm not sweating though. I'm chilling. I really am. That $50 to $52 range is where you watch, and then 42 after that. That's what you got. Miss you, brother. Bread, smile, rocket. That's all I need to see, man. That's all the due diligence in the world. That's it. Guys, don't yell at me. I know this isn't what I should be drinking, but here we go. It's not Diet Coke. I made a bet with a guy in my Discord. We call him Entropy. And I said, hey, he said he was going to give up Diet Pop, and I said I was going to give up, or he was going to give up Diet Pepsi, and I was going to give up Diet Coke. And we both said the first guy to break and drink Diet Coke again has to buy the other guy 100 shares of AMC. Both of us haven't had a Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi since, so that's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. Jonathan, appreciate that, man. How's the rain taste? Dude, I love these. Orange creamsicle is my favorite flavor by far. Great having you and Matt being yin and yang for the apes. You being gas, Matt being diesel. Diesel, baby. Yeah, man. Matt is a G. I love that guy, honestly. I will stand up for him every single day of the week because he really does work hard, man. I mean, it really, really does. Think about this, guys. Think about this. He has been live streaming market open to market close for 6 months. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Trying to, essentially give out research, due diligence, share information, give a community to people. That's freaking nuts, man. I mean, I'm really glad to have him as a friend. And honestly, really glad to have him on the ape community. He's an awesome dude. Thoughts on Sens and SPCE? I'm bullish on Sensonics long term. I think once they get their 180-day continuous glucose monitoring system approval by the FDA, they're going to have a huge, huge rip up, and they've been doing pretty decently well lately. Sensonics up to 478 on June 14th, and I think they've got more on the table. People are starting to wake up to this play, which is cool. As far as SPCE, I think this is a little bit of a squeeze play, and I think you saw a little bit of squeeze happen here when it ran up 38%. At least a small amount, right? It had to some degree. How much more is on the table? I can't guarantee you that. What I would say is buying in right now at $59 if that's what you want to do, right? I'm not going to personally touch it, but if you wanted to, it's pretty extended, right? It's run up a lot with almost no opposition. So I'd just be careful. Whatever you're going to put into this, I'd be watching it tight. I think you can get it a little bit cheaper. All right. Trey, why can't they buy calls at $55 and exercise the in the money and then cover their shares with those? You can buy in the money, calls if you want and exercise them, but you're paying a lot of premium, right? You're giving up a lot of premium to be able to buy stock at $55 if you wanted to do that. You absolutely can, but I think at that point you're better off just buying the actual shares at $55. So an AMC stock hits $1,000 is when you'll lose your bet. Yeah, I'll have to buy my $100,000 of AMC. That'd be wild. Best wishes for Wednesday. I was in the hospital for a week with a blood disease called TTP. Got home yesterday. Just another thing to add to my why. Matt, man, I hope you're doing okay, brother. I really do. I care a lot about people. I'm a guy that feels things very deeply for the upside and the downside. And when you guys share those stories with me, it hits home. It really does. I want the best for every single person in the community, because we're people first, always, right? People first, always, before any sort of financial situation, any sort of stock, any sort of anything, right? You got to take care of people. So take care of yourself. You really have to. And that's something I should honestly live by a little better. Sometimes I leave what I need on the wayside, trying to, kind of help people out to the best of my ability. But you really got to take care of yourself, man. And man, I hope you're doing that. I really do. More hype videos are amazing, man. Geek easy. Hey, man, well, we can do both. I say man way too much. Keep moving forward. No fear, no doubt. 11 Bravo. Keep your powder dry. Hey, man, I was never 11 Bravo. That's a breed. I'm not one of those headbangers, but we need those people, man. It's good to have you here. Live stream, please. Make sure to have some freshly squeezed hedge funds in the morning. I mean, orange juice. All right, dude. All right, that's what we got. Much respect to your retired vet, myself. Keep it up and embrace the suck. You gotta embrace the suck. This is something that was passed along to me by somebody that was he was a cadre for my ROTC program back in college. I won't share his name just for privacy, but we'll call him Wiz. And Wiz was an infantry officer. And he said, Trey, people learn through trauma. And that sounds kind of goofy, right? You might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't want to learn through trauma. That sounds that sounds terrible. But people do. You really do. You learn through hard times, right? You learn through things that freaking suck in that moment in time, and they make you into who you are in the future, you know? And I think learning through trauma is something that I take a lot of pride in, right? Going through hard times, surviving the hard times to get where you need to go. Because ultimately, anything that happened in the past makes you who you are in the present, you know? So embrace the suck, man. That's a great way to put it. That's a much simpler and more intelligent way to say what Wiz passed on to me back in the day. We learned through trauma, man. Live with Matt. I don't know what Matt's doing right now, but I try to let him do what he's got to do. Embrace the suck. Yes, sir. Hey, Trey. I'm moderating for Short the Vix, Rogue, and TMI. Could you allow me to help out? I think that would be sick. Omari? There you go, brother. Itadakimasu! Yes, sir, Ashley. Yes, ma'am. Embrace the suck. So the hedgies are about to learn a lot. The hedgies over here are like, man, I should have covered it 5. I should have covered it. You know what? You can't learn through trauma if you're purposely putting yourself through trauma and never taking yourself out of the trauma. I mean, let's just think about this. The hedgies, what they're doing is you've got freaking McLovin over here in the corner, 140-pound stick-looking dude, next up with freaking Conor McGregor. And McLovin over here says, you know, I'm gonna go for 50 rounds with with Conor McGregor, and I'm gonna get knocked out. I'm gonna get KO'd every single round, and I'm gonna get up the next day, and I'm just gonna get KO'd again. And he just does it day over day over day over day over day over day over day, just because. What do you learn from that? I just like getting beat. I just like getting beat up, I guess. I just like taking a beating. That's what it feels like, man. Kevin, I appreciate that. Thanks for being you too. Absolutely. New drinking game. Take a drink every time he says right. You guys would. I don't want to kill people. Please don't play that game. Please don't play that game. Oh man. Favorite Trey quote. The motherfuckers could have covered 5. They could have, man. They could have. I think about that all the time. Anytime that I'm an easygoing guy, right? I like to give people the benefit of the doubt always. But there's no benefit of the doubt to be had with AMC. They could have covered at 5. They could have. They could have covered at 5. They could have covered at 10. They could have covered at $1.91. They could have covered at a million places. But here we are with an 18.6% short interest of free float at $54. No remorse. I've got no remorse. They could have covered at 5. They could have covered at 5. That's all that I need to see. They could have covered at 5. Show us your government issued glasses. These suckers. These are my time traveling glasses. My time traveling glasses so that I can be with Ham the ape. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I saw this on Reddit and this absolutely blew my freaking mind. Like I've got to this is nuts. This is wild. People are saying Tree's a time traveler. And I'm definitely not a time traveler, but man, if I was, it would be this guy. I got to see if I can find this. Where is this thing? It's a ways back, but I got to show you because this blew my mind. Here it is. Look at this. This is the first ape to go to space. His name is Ham, being cared for by one of the space soldiers. Look at that. This guy looks just like me. How is that possible? How's that possible, man? That's wild. Ham. You love to see it. You really do. That's freaking nuts. Gratis here doing better trade. Any chance you can discuss CLNE? Their chart looks like it's setting up for a run-up. I can look into it really quick. Clean energy. So I'm bullish on clean energy long term. What you're looking for essentially is a break out of this descending level of resistance, right? So let's look at this on a 1 hour candles time frame. I don't know why Webull has been doing this lately. It's been so goofy. They need to fix this bug. I wouldn't quite call it ready for a run up yet. It's got to break out of this downtrend, right? So when I would personally look at this again is when it gets a break out of this descending level of resistance, and it's just not there yet. It's still a falling knife, still bleeding a little bit. So I'd hold off. That's just me. Until it gets a downtrend break. What do you make of the tweet? Unusual Whales tweeted about the 36% of the float shorted. I think there's differing sources that would give you different numbers, right? But I don't want to stick, I don't want to pick and choose. I like Unusual Whales. I actually follow this guy pretty closely. He's cool. He's made some really cool stuff happen. And he covers great statistics for AMC. It's possible, right? So Ortex gives you 85% of the exchange reported short interest. So if this is getting more than that, 100%, or maybe, it's faster updated, it's entirely possible. I just don't know. There's no way for me to know. I'd have to dig into it a little bit more. But I would say it's somewhere between 18% to, who knows? I mean, 25, 30, 32%. It's entirely possible. There's just no way for me to know with absolute certainty. I'd have to look more into where he gets his information from. Beautiful. Going from Captain America to Iron Man, the arc reactor. I'm so excited to have that. I'm so excited for sure. Retired Swedish air cav here. Looking good, brother. Hey, Martin, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Multiple institutions doubled down their positions on Friday. I have not looked at that. Let's check it out. Let's check out what that looks like. I can never freaking type this. I don't know why it's so hard for me to type. All right, let's check this out. Well, Wanda does not own shares any. Oh, they own 10,000. Right. 293. Yeah, a lot of people are buying a pretty heavy chunk. That's nice. Look at this. JP Morgan, down a little bit. Schwab, a few more, 329,000. 6.5 mil by Vanguard back on June 1st. The fact that there are still institutions, I mean, keep this in mind, right? This doesn't mean that they bought on that specific date. June 25th, 24th, 16th, 17th, right? It doesn't mean they bought on those days. What it does mean, though, is that it was filed on those days, and they bought sometime in the past, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We don't know exactly. But the fact that people are still buying in this range is super bullish. I freaking love that. That's an awesome thing to see. And that, to me, says, hey, there's still institutions out there, big guys, who are willing to buy the stock and try and make some freaking cash. So I like that. I absolutely love that. Christine, thank you. Clove was never even a cat. Oh, man. The deep V-necks, baby. All right. I think we got that taken care of. That looks good. Are we cooking? I think I fixed it. You guys let me know. You guys let me know if you can still see this. Goddamn YouTube. Freaking pissed. I think it's good now. Short Trey's internet. Goddamn wired internet. I believed in you. This is garbage. Oh, we're back on the 64-bit. I think it's good now. You guys let me know. It looks good on my end. Better now? Sweet. There we go. That's money. Beautiful. All right. So Lawfish is saying, hey, man, are they going to retain you even with the heart surgery, or are you going to med board? Thanks for your hard work, bro. So I can't say anything with absolute certainty, but what I can say is there's pretty good odds I get med boarded. There's pretty good odds. I don't know the time frame. I don't know what that looks like, but the process has begun. We're trying to figure out what the answer to that is. So a lot of it just depends on when we get this surgery done. There's a lot that I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, if I knew more information, I'd share it with you guys. All that I know is I'm getting that loop monitor implanted on Wednesday, and then from there, we'll figure out what the next step is. But if I had to take a guess, open heart surgery will probably happen sometime this summer. I would guess July, August, and when that gets done, it'll probably be in North Carolina at Duke. But they won't be able to keep me in. I've read the fine print. And typically, the problems that I've got, the fact that my left and right ventricle operate at less than half capacity, the fact that I've got a hole in my heart, the fact that I've got some sort of arrhythmia or tachycardia, it's all problematic, right? So my branch of the military is the most deployed branch out of every single branch, even about special forces and infantry. And if I'm not, combat deployable, I can't be in, at least not in the branch that I'm in. So pretty good odds I get med boarded for. This is such a pain. I don't understand. Goddamn wired internet, what are you doing? It was so good for the first hour of the day. It was so solid. I think it's back now. Let's get a wounded retired warrior here, giving us all hope. Keep it up and embrace the suck. Absolutely, Ryan. Absolutely. I need a freaking honestly, you know what I need? I just need to buy my own freaking internet. I'm gonna pay $1,000 a month to make sure this sort of garbage never happens. I gotta talk to freaking Matt Coors. What does he do? Viva El Trades. Hey, thank you, brother. I gotta freaking catch up with these. I'm a little behind. I apologize, guys. I like to talk. I like chatting. I like giving a good roundabout or rounded answer to everybody. My brother, I told you in the past I messed up on rolling my options right around when we hit 70. I did exercise a few for us, but what do you think is a good entry again for options? I would watch for an uptick in volume, right? So watch this. When you get a downtrend break out of this super low volume, at that point, I think it's going to be a good, solid opportunity to buy more. But as long as the volume is down, you're going to have less volatility, which means less upside for options, right? So watch for a downtrend break, and I think at that point you're looking pretty solid. But in this consolidation trading sideways phase, I personally, if you're going to buy any sort of call option, just give yourself a good expiration runway, right? You don't want to fight theta too much. Put the spider to work, make an AMC web. Yes, sir. Average Joe, I appreciate that. Right on, Eric. Hey, brother, do you have a P.O. box that we can send gifts to? Oh, so the problem, guys, and I hate that I have to do this right now, but I don't really have a permanent location that I'm living until I get to North Carolina. Like, I'm literally just bouncing around Airbnbs and hotels because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And it's a pain in the ass for you guys. I know it is. I really do apologize. It's a pain in the ass for me, too. I wish I knew how long I was going to be in Oklahoma, but I don't have a P.O. box right now because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. If you guys think I should set up a P.O. box, let me know, and I can definitely do that. You guys just let me know. All right. God, this is such a pain. Why you gotta be doing me like this? Why you gotta do me like this, YouTube? All right. I recently received the email for AMC voting, but I can't seem to find a pin. I've tried calling and emailing people, but I can't find anything. So to be honest with you, G Villa, I haven't looked into the vote yet because I'm not going to make any decisions yet, right? I want to wait until 1 or 2 weeks before I make any sort of informed decision. But when the time comes, I'll make a video about it. So you guys can watch out for that. Make sure everything you do, I'm a new ape. Well, welcome, Average Joe. It's good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Are we going to squeeze sub? Squeeze that sub. We need to freaking grind those buns. Absolutely. Great to see you live again. Exercising 40 of the $15 strikes this week before Ooh, those are filthy. Also looking at $75 or $85 calls for September. Any input would be appreciated. Take 30 minutes for yourself a day downtime, please. So, Chas, I think $75 or $85 calls for September is not bad. No. I think you're giving yourself a decent amount of runway and expiration to fight that theta that will inevitably come with call options right now. So, that's pretty sick. I'm happy for you, man. It makes some fat cash. Literally no issues on my side. Trey, you're good, buddy. Awesome, Mike. Good stuff. Hey, bud, good to see you back. I updated your background for YouTube. Check your Twitter messages from Ybarbacoa. Ybarbacoa, huh? Let's see what I can find. Gorilla Gang! GG! Guys, I only ask once a live stream. If there is any chance that you just want to drop a like on it, that's all I ask for. I don't even care if you subscribe, right? Just drop a single like on this. That'll be the only time I ask. You guys do what you got to do. And then from there, we can just freaking chill out. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna ask for that shit all the time, but it does help. It does make me happy. So I'll tell you what. Actually, we can freaking pop back some Kraken maybe. Maybe it's a Sunday, right? Huh? Nothing wrong with that. Also, you're not popping up on Twitter, man. I looked up Ybarbacoa and it's not popping up. I don't know if I'm spelling it wrong or what the spiel is, but I'm not finding you, man. I'm chilling. Do it for Lamp. Do it for Lamp. Do it for this freaking sick ape lamp. Look at this thing. Oh, that's so cool. I can't get enough of that. That is the coolest thing ever. It's freaking jacked. Gets me excited. Great to see you back and healthy, brother. Looking forward to cooking with Crisco on Monday. See you in Valhalla. Light taps till Valhalla, man. I'm a huge God of War fan. I can't wait for God of War Ragnarok to come out. That's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. Speaking of burgers, you ever eat a Juicy Lucy from your Minnesota days? Burgers and tendies. Yes. So they got a Juicy Lucy, or they did, in St. Joseph, which is like a 5-minute drive from where I went to college. Oh, I love those things. They're good for sure. All right. FICC sponsored GC will force termination of long and short positions. Check Charlie's vids. He does all the new rule filings. I'll have to look into that, man. I've seen a couple of his videos. Have you talked to Charles V. Payne Train since he called Portnoy a little bitch on live TV? Oh, man. Oh, jeez. That was the coolest thing ever, man. I couldn't believe that happened. I literally watched that and I was like, what just happened? Oh man. So, I don't think he wants to talk about that on national television, but I think he's aware of what people think for sure. I talked with Charles last Friday. I went on Fox Business last Friday and we talked about things. And what I said at the beginning was, hey Charles, it's a pleasure to be back again. I think you need to know I respect you more than you probably know. And that's what I had for him. Just a big fat for the massive big ball move that he pulled. That was nuts. I couldn't believe that happened, honestly. Please, a shout out for a struggling fellow ape. YouTube is nonstop collections. Hey, shout out to him, man. I hope he's doing okay. I really do. Let me look at this guy real quick. Ray Dalio. I don't know if he is involved, Oniro Success. I don't know if he's involved with Citadel at all. I'd have to look into that, to be honest with you. But to be real, it doesn't matter what people think, right? It doesn't matter if people think you're right or if people think you're wrong. You just have to be right, right? There's a lot of people out there who think the apes are wrong. But I'll tell you what, they think that they're right. Short the stock. Let's see what happens. Let's see who's right and see who's wrong. You want to short the stock and you think everybody's wrong? Short it. Short it. Come on. Short it. Do it. Short the stock. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know? That's what I think. People think they're right. Short the stock. I think the apes are right. That's as simple as it is. Kraken time. Should we pop it out? What do you guys think? What do you think? One cheers and toast to the ape community. I use Robinhood. During the event, do you think they will not let us sell when we land on the moon? Also, screen recording for law and life-changing moment. Yes, sir. I don't think they're going to do that. Not anymore anyways. But if there was going to be a brokerage that does, it would be them. But I think they've got a lot of eyes on them. I think if Robinhood pulls something like that again, they're going to get into trouble, right? I think now they've got a lot more collateral and liquidity than they previously did, for sure. First off, keep up what you do. Been in since $13. Did you see the large options purchase at the end of Market Friday? What do you think? I saw that Matt Coors made a video about that. That's freaking dope. I think it's some big bets by institutions for sure. I'm bullish on it, man. I think it's just an extra confirmation that we're going in the right direction for sure, man. OG lamp, the Pops Gorilla lamp, my favorite trader. Makes the waiting worth it. Absolutely, Konzu. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Rise, 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 awaken the Kraken. Release the Kraken. All right, you know what? I'm going to go grab it real quick. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. All right. This is Black Roast Coffee Kraken. Check this sucker out. This is pretty sick. Looks pretty cool. Now, I gotta be careful with my heart stuff, right? I'm really being hypersensitive to how much I have, right? I try to take care of myself to the best of my ability. So, not a lot of this going down the hatch, but just enough for a cheers and a toast. So, this cheers and toast to the apes today. What is it, right? What do I have to say for everybody? Whether you're a new ape, right? You've been in this for a week, or an old ape. You've been in this since January, right? You as an individual person make a difference, not just for the stock, but to people's lives. I've said this before, and I really do truly believe this. You don't know the impact you're having on somebody until it happens, right? You could be making an impact on somebody right now. You could be changing somebody's life right now, right? To the new apes out there, right? Pay attention to what the old apes have to say, right? Read the due diligence, do the research. To the old apes, right? Be patient with the new apes. So there's a lot of people in here. You just don't know a lot of what people are doing, what they're going through, what their life looks like, right? So I always try to say, give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Help people out. This is a beautiful freaking community. We've got a long ways, right? The AMC has got a long ways. And there's more to come. Enjoy the journey. That's simply what this is to me, man. It's a freaking journey. So that's my cheers. That's my toast to the Gorilla Gang out there. Bottoms up. Release the Kraken. Cheers. Ooh. That's the first time tasting that. I like that coffee flavor. Not too freaking shabby. Not too shabby, man. Using the Keltner Channel's RSI and stochastic RSI, when all are aligned in oversold position, maybe a good entry for options. Using 30-minute, 1-hour time frame for day trade, swing trade. Thoughts? So Keltner channels. I've never used the Keltner channels, to be honest. I use my layout is very simple. I use the RSI, the 15-day moving average, and the 200-day exponential moving average. And I use these to try and find the best entry points, and I try to buy when it's in oversold territory, right? So you look at this in the 1 hour time frame. We're at 38 right now. It's a pretty solid opportunity in the large scale time frame to buy some oversold options, right? Or oversold stock or options, right? Either way, you're sitting pretty decent. So in this sort of oversold territory where you've got the 15 MA starting to approach that 200 EMA, I think that's the best time frame to pick up any sort of stock or option. So I don't think you're wrong in saying that. How are we supposed to win if Citadel is both market maker and hedge fund cheating the system? That's big conflict of interest, SMH. So this is the thing, man. When people commit to, and I'm not speaking on Citadel, I'm speaking just in general. When people commit to financial treason or any sort of wrongdoing in the stock market, right? They can't do it forever. They'll get caught. They just will. Look back on 2008. Those guys probably thought they could get away with that shit forever. They didn't. Eventually they got busted. Eventually they got caught pissing on the electric fence, right? Now, when the time comes, I can't say when that time will be. I do think the same thing's going to happen. I think what you're watching take place in the stock market right now is just as big as 2008. I really do. I think there's some really crazy bad stuff that's taking place. So I mean, look at this. To me, the proof is in the pudding. We ran from $12 to $77. It happened. It happened. That's a huge, huge monumental run up from $12 to $77. I mean, think about that. We did that despite conflict of interest within dark pool trading, high frequency trading, options market makers, right? AMC stock ran up. I'm not worried. I'm really not. Hey Trey, how is your OnlyFans account? No. We're not doing that. You guys are hilarious. I get such a kick. Love your videos. You got that great ape Vegeta energy. That positivity in the community is what makes holding so damn easy. Take it easy. Easy E. Appreciate you, brother. Everybody matters, man. Trey on the weekend. Apes on the weekend, man. Rat Swedish Aircraft Sergeant here. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. I appreciate that, Martin. You keep doing what you're doing. There's bulls, there's bears, now there's apes. Wonder what the other shorts will call themselves. Smart money. They call themselves smart money, which is hilarious to me. I get such a kick out of that. Such a kick. I love you and all that you do. I've learned more from you and Matt in a couple months than anyone I would have paid to learn. Head tripper, man. Me and Matt just freaking chill. We chill and we wool and bool, man. We love chilling and just hanging out with the ape community. Doing what we can. I sent you a DM on Twitter of an AMC video I made. Hope you enjoy. Good luck with your surgery. Daniel Waters, I need your handle, man. I'll check that out best as I can. Toby Games, welcome, brother. Good to see you. Newish ape here, loving the journey. I have Kratos tattooed on my inner bicep. Oh, boy. I love that. Kratos, boy. Oh, it's so good. Look at this. Boy. Oh, that's gold. That's awesome. Shares on loan are high, but how do we know they haven't already bought the shares they needed to cover on the way up? Why do we know they have to buy back? Because the short interest on Ortex will tell you that, right? So if the short interest T2 system, right, it tells you a 2-day lag whenever shorts cover their positions. It'll tell you 2 days after they cover whether or not they've covered. And you haven't seen the price action to validate the shorts have covered positions. You just haven't, right? Volume's been low. You're not seeing any sort of price action. It's actually been a slow sort of decline, about $1 a day or so, right? I don't think shorts have covered. You'll see it. You'll see it in the price action. Toby! You're awesome, brother. All right. I see your comment, Anastasia. I think me and Matt just have different roles. You know, I think Matt's more of the cool, calm, collected guy who likes to dig into data analytics. I try to think more about the psychology of what's happening here, right? I try to tell stories and make this sort of situation relatable. I think both roles are important, right? I think Matt does a really awesome job of what he does, you know, and there's things that he does that I can't do. I'll say that every day of the week, right? There's certain strengths that people have, and he plays to them, right? I think my strengths are in the fact that my story and where I came from really isn't any different than the average person. You know, not to say that Matt's isn't, but I take pride in that. You know, I take pride in the fact that I used to live in the back of my car for a summer slinging wings at B-dubs. I take pride in the fact that I used to have, you know, freaking tens of thousands of dollars in medical debt from my anterior uveitis, my eye problem that I've got, right? I take pride in the fact that I struggled, and I try to relate stories and show you guys I'm just a regular freaking human being, just a dude that anybody can do this. Anybody can play AMC and make money. We both play roles. I respect the shit out of Matt. I think Matt, what he does, I couldn't do what he does. He does something different than I do, right? In the same way that I don't think Matt can do what I do. We just have different roles. We've got different strengths, different weaknesses, right? And I think it plays well together. So I appreciate you making that comment, but I think he's got different roles. It's as simple as it is. When the hedges strike the price down $5, our two biggest allies, BlackRock/Vanguard, have the power to counterpunch and drive it up $10 with a buy, but they seem to be very passive. They can go punch for punch and make it happen. So the thing about Vanguard and BlackRock is they're there to make money for their clients, right? They're not apes. They're not apes, simple as it gets. They're helping the cause, but they're not apes. They're not doing the same thing that retail investors are doing. They're playing the bull and the bear case, right? So if their dollar cost is in the $10, $14, $15 range, the risk for them is minimal. They have almost no risk, and I don't know if they'd want to take on extra risk. So it's just, I see it like 100% what you're saying, but I think the apes actually, think about this. If apes control 80% of the free float, that means they hold anywhere between 350 and 400 million shares. 400 million shares? That's a crap ton, like they can really, really, really make a difference. So I put more faith in the apes than institutions. I'm not banking on institutions to get AMC where it needs to go. I think that the retail trader, the AMC apes, that's what you got to watch for, man. I think the apes make all this sort of stuff happen. 100%. Good luck on Wednesday, Bud. Combat back here giving us all hope. Keep it up and embrace the suck. Ryan should go just fine, man. I'm not stressing. Honestly, I'm excited to have a scar right here. So when I get my heart surgery done, they're going to crack me open right here to get that loop monitor put in. And they're also going to crack me open here for my actual surgery. And when that's done and it heals, I'm going to get a tattoo of, it's going to be a chest piece. So it'll take up right here, maybe a little bit down my abdomen. And I want Kong. So I want Kong right here on my chest. And that's going to be my tribute to the freaking apes out there, man. Then I want to get for my shoulder to finish off my arm sleeve, Kraken. And that's going to be for, obviously, the Kraken, man. And it'll be, kind of rolling around my shoulder, the back of my shoulder, front of my shoulder, and then Kong right here. And the scar on my chest from the open heart surgery will somehow line up with his face or his chest or something, man. I don't know. It'll be cool, though. I'm excited. Con. I'm not going to fall for that, man, but it made me chuckle. You are an oversold. Get some much needed rest, brother. I think I'm doing pretty good, Sand Dollar. I don't know. Do I look tired? I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I got a lot of sleep this weekend. Christina, I'm going to need you to stop undressing and stop talking all sexy about my mistress AMC. It got hot. I just took off my sweater. Man, I was getting warm. I don't know what to do. I suppose I could just hop off camera. I'll do that next time. Sorry about that. During the event, do you think Robinhood will not let apes sell? What if we screen record? I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does, man, I think they're looking at a lot of lawsuits. I really do. Look fully charged. Good stuff. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You see my earlier chat? Sorry, driving to Chuck E. Cheese with the kids. Family time with Trey. I did see it, Donnie. I just need your Twitter handle. I need a Twitter handle, man, but I'd definitely be down for that. Definitely would. Just shoot me a message. We can make it happen. Have I looked into 3D tattoos? I've never have, to be honest with you. I like the realism pieces. I like realism pieces for sure. So eventually one day I'll finish off my anime leg sleeve. One day I'll finish this off. I haven't gotten a tattoo in about a year. Usually I go in like spurts, right? So I like to get a lot of work done and then I kind of take a break, do whatever I got to do. Eventually. Trey, I'm holding 1,500 AMC shares. I'm buying every day. Can I get a shout out for Sal and Jessica from Gilroy, California? Yes, sir. Shout out to Sal and Jessica, man. Hope you guys are all happy and healthy. Absolutely. Thank you, Jay. Someone else mentioned ApeCon. I think that is a great idea. I will 100% be going to whatever sort of ApeCon happens, man. Whether it's in Vegas, California, the Bahamas, I don't care, man. I'm going to go freaking pop back some drinks after my heart surgery is done. And I want to meet people, man. I want to meet people. I want to hear the stories. Because I'm an extrovert, and honest to God, but I just love people. I do. I love connecting with people and hearing stories. I like hearing the whys. I like hearing where you came from. I don't know, man. I mean, it's just cool. It's a lot of fun. I think that's really what this whole AMC thing is about. Is each individual person, coming together for something bigger than themselves and having a reason and a why. If you don't have a why in life, I really encourage you to reflect and think of something. My why in life is just my old man. It's my pops, my stepdad who raised me as a kid. I fight for him all the time, man, because I think about the time he borrowed me his confidence, and I want to always lean on him. And I want to, anytime I've had hard days, I want to lean on his confidence that he had in me. So, final why, guys. I mean, really, it gives you purpose in life. The most depressed and the most sad that I ever am, if I ever run into hard times, it's because I don't feel like I've got a purpose. It's because I don't feel like I have a why. So, I think the opposite of happiness is loneliness. And if you're lonely and you don't feel like you matter or you have a reason, find that reason, man. And ApeCon is an opportunity for that. So it'll be freaking sick. Not trying to spread FUD, but I feel like people shouldn't go crazy with dates when referring to SEC 00, whatever rules go into effect. I agree with you, Unico. I think those filings that come out are opportunities, but they're not expectations, right? Look at it as an opportunity, not as an expectation. Look at it as an opportunity, not as a date, right? It could do something, but we shouldn't expect it to do something. What we should expect is what we know, the fact, right? The fact is there's heavy short interest, there's high frequency trading, there's a lot of people holding the stock, 80% owned by retail investors in the apes, right? That's what I bank on. I bank on the facts, and those are facts, which is awesome. I'm showing up to ApeCon dressed as Kenny G. Make sure you put on a freaking gorilla mask. Yeah, that'd be funny. I paid Matt enough to talk to him. Time for you to get some money, keep that energy and positivity. Good luck with your surgery. I may need something similar due to my past habits. Love you, dude. Man, you don't need to pay me anything, man. I try to go back and forth between these super chats and the actual chat bar, but it's good to have you here, brother. Head Tripper, I'm glad to have you. Honest to God, we're all one big happy ape family. My buddies are calling me a fake ape because I took my initial investment out. I put in AMC, but I'm still holding 340 shares. Ape since February. Hey, man, you have your own financial responsibility. I'm not here to ding anybody. I think the most important thing is you don't let anybody on the internet or anybody in life dictate what you do. That's your financial responsibility, right? I'm here essentially to give my opinion on what's happening, to show you what the technical analysis is, give you short interest updates, to give you trend updates, tell you what direction I think things should go just based on technical prediction, right? Your financial responsibility is your own. Do what you got to do, right? I'm not here to ding anybody. That's your decision. All that I ask is you come up with a plan, right? Come up with your own plan, right? Don't have a price target just because somebody else has it. Come up with your own price target. That's all that I ask for. That's it, right? You do that, and I'm absolutely happy. So as long as you're taking care of yourself, man, feed your mouth, keep the roof over your head, keep your family happy, keep yourself happy. Do that, and you're an ape to me, man. If you're holding shares, you're an ape. 5,000 in my portfolio. Could you please tell me what would you do if you were in my position after AMC movement ends? I think that's a bridge to cross when the time comes. What I would say is come up with some sort of game plan to protect liquidity and capital. An interesting fact is most people that win the lottery, right, end up losing all their winnings. And I don't want that to happen to anybody. And the way that you prevent that from happening is by two things, right? Managing wealth and not looking for a second lottery ticket. Because AMC to me, right, is that 1 in a billion chance where you've really got an opportunity to make life-changing wealth. Is this sort of thing going to happen all the time? Absolutely not, right? It's just not. I mean, this is a very rare opportunity and chance in the stock market, right? If you've got a 1 in 100 chance of making $1 million, would you take that shot? I would. I absolutely would, right? And you want to protect that $1 million when and if you make it, right? So just protect your capital. Make smart decisions, right? Talk with somebody, whether it be a financial advisor, whether it be yourself, you just do some research. I just want you to protect your capital. I don't want you to lose money when you make it. You do that, I'm happy with you. How long do margin calls take? Do you know whether 002 will affect the stock or not? It could affect the stock, right? But I'm not going to depend on it to affect the stock. So what essentially it is, 002 is if they do essentially a margin check, right? They check to see if you're over leveraged in any sort of position, and they find you are. You've got until the end of the day to resolve the issue, or they can liquidate you, which is a margin call, right? And that'd be really tough for them, but good for the apes because it pushes stock prices up. Ray doesn't read my chats. That's what makes me feel lonely. Dirty, man. I try to read as much as I can, but I hope you're feeling okay, brother. Absolutely. There's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of people. There's 6,800 people here and one of me. I try to get back to as many people as I can, but you matter to people, man. Don't be lonely. Head Triple, thank you, brother. What's with all the hate and the r/super stonks? To be honest with you, man, I stay off Reddit. I try not to sway my opinion with negativity. Anytime you're going somewhere in life, you run into negativity, and I'm just not going to subject myself to that. I'm trying to stay true to my opinions, my conviction, right? Not other people's. I make it a point, I really do, to not watch other people's YouTube videos and not read other people's research and due diligence before I make my own videos or give you my own opinion, because I don't want to be swayed by outside. I want to be true to what I think, so you guys can get the true, uncensored, no bullshit opinion of what I think. And that's, I just try to stay off of Reddit for the most part because of that. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I haven't read it, to be honest with you. That's just how it is. Head Tripper, you're going in, man. You don't have to do that. Jesus Christ. You're amazing. Woo! Reddit is wild now. I go on very, very seldomly. Sometimes in my Discord, people give me links to cool memes and stuff, and I'll check that out, but I just don't want to be swayed, man. I want to stay true to my opinion. I know myself, right? And I know that since I am so passionate about the things I care about, if I go down that rabbit hole, I sink like a fucking rock, and I don't want to do that to myself. I want to stay true to what I think, right? So that's why I just try to stay true to my convictions, man. Bullish pennant bursts to 100 next week. I don't know if it's next week. I wouldn't put a date on it, but this is a bullish pennant. You're absolutely correct. I think the next push, right, that I would call it the parabolic move, the next parabolic move is going to be up to 108 to 114 bucks. That's where I think you're going to see the next level of resistance. My son does anime reviews. A shout out and sub would make his day, bro. Cloudy Crow on YouTube. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. I'll have to check him out, man. Did you see my first super? Also, I have a theory that they are returning immediately borrowing shares because they know we're watching average day. It'll make us think their average is $60 when in reality it's still at 10. I don't think what their average is really matters, though. I mean, if their average is $60 or it's $10, they're still short on the stock, right? It doesn't. If they're losing money, they're losing money. Eventually, they're going to run out of liquidity. So if they want to try and trick people, it doesn't matter, right? That sort of stuff doesn't make a difference in the grand scheme of things and whether or not this will squeeze. They want to play that dumb game of, ooh, look what my average cost is. Let them do it, man. I don't care. I'm chilling. I think the majority of people will be chilling. But I did see her first super. I thought I responded to it. I'd have to go back quite a ways to find it again. Train a Sunday. It's going to be a good week. I just want to catch up with people, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for sure. It's been a long time since I've caught up with everybody. Work's been freaking hectic lately. I haven't even been able to take my lunch breaks. Right, you're doing good, Trey. Are hedgies dumping crypto to finance their shorts? What is the short interest on AMC right now? Keep fighting. AMC short interest is 18.6-ish%, and I do think there's some damage control that's taking place with Bitcoin and other cryptos right now, for sure. I really, really do. I made a video talking about this, and I know people didn't like that video, and I apologize, but I'm trying to be real with people. I think Bitcoin and crypto in general is not done selling off yet. I wouldn't quite buy a long-term position in this yet. I think there's pretty good odds this head and shoulders pattern comes to fruition, and it pops down somewhere close to this level of support around 20,000. Which is okay. I'm still bullish on it long term. I just think you can get it at a better cost, especially considering how many big institutions, firms, hedgies, right, are dumping their positions in crypto, trying to manage damage control. I think you're absolutely right. I think there is some dumping taking place to finance shorts. It's very possible. Nikki, do I have any idea how long this will take? I don't. I got to be honest with you. I had a pretty firm prediction that you would see a squeeze in May or June. And you did see a mini run up to $77, right? A pretty good run up to $77 in June, which is awesome. But I think there's more to come on the table. So to kind of comment on that, because I've seen some people and what their opinions are. I'm even saying that in the first place, May or June, right? To comment on that, I think I wasn't necessarily wrong, but it wasn't everything, right? You did get some sort of mini squeeze up to $77, not the squeeze, a mini squeeze, right? Some shorts did cover positions up to $77 in June. Where's the next move going to happen? I don't know, right? I really don't know that. Obviously, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen Wednesday, it could happen Friday, but I'm viewing this as a long-term savings account at this point, right? I'm just not looking at it. Like on any given day, if it's red, I step away. I set my price alerts for $63, breaks over 63 bucks, I'll start watching something, right? I'll start seeing what actually ends up happening. But if you view this as money that you don't need right now, right? I view this as money in the ether. Money that I'm not going to touch for who knows how long, right? View it that way, you're not going to struggle, right? As long as you're not over leveraging your position, you're not banking on this money to save your life or anything, right? You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I just want everybody to be able to sleep comfortably at night. If you have a position in AMC that's so heavy that you can't sleep comfortable at night because of the price movements up or down a dollar range, right? That's something that you need to think about, right? It really is. All right. Glad you're doing. Oh, I read that. Hey Trey, I'm holding 1,500 AMC shares. I'm buying every day. Can I get a shout out for Sal and Jessica? Shout out again, man. Shout out again. Say hi to Ryan. Huge fan. Hope you're doing well, Ryan. Yes, sir. Think you're holding weight. Then you haven't met the apes. Legit DMX lyric. Oh, that's sick. What kind of computer should I buy? I've got an iBuy Power computer, and I like it a pretty decent amount. Please express the importance of apes disabling lens sharing. It does make a difference. If you have Webull, you can actually turn that off. I've seen a video floating around somewhere on YouTube. I think it's... this isn't my account. I don't know who has this, but I've seen it floating around. Trey's Trades Clips. I don't know who made this, but they've got a video about stock lending. And if you want to shut it off, it's here. I don't know who even has this, but it's not me. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. How to turn off lending income program. So if you watch this, it walks you through that whole process. I don't know who made this, but he's got some pretty good clips. For sure. Yo, Trey, check fan art channel. I added music to the lamp off, lamp on animation. Still want to add more, some more animation though, so it's not as still. Man, I'm going to check that out real quick, but I freaking think I broke my headphones. I can't hear anything out of them. So I got to buy new headphones, I think, which is annoying. But I'll pull it up here really quick just to see what people think of it. All right. Let's see if the desktop audio is on.
Alright, guys, alright, you know what it is.
How does it sound?
Come on, drop it in the
I can't hear it. But you guys let me know what you think.
Lamp on. Lamp on. Lamp on. Lamp on.
I don't know what people think of that. I can't hear it. But you guys let me know. I'll have to check that out later. Is it good? Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, Trey, what are your thoughts on the Torchlight meta merger and margin call triggering other margin calls? So if that ends up happening, right? I haven't dug into that Torchlight thing a whole lot. I've seen a little bit of DD on it, but from what I've read, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who's short on Torchlight has to cover their position on Monday, which is a pretty decent amount of shares since it's a heavy short interest. It could run it up a pretty decent amount, so it's got some room on the table to definitely run. That's not my play right now. You know, I'm playing AMC, so I will allocate 30% of my shares to the Infinity Pool to keep AMC whole and going. What exit plan? DFV. I love it, man. Amen. I applied for your team as a developer. I've not heard anything back yet. Do you know when we could expect to hear back? Sometime the next week, man. Sometime the next week. You're a good guy, Trey. You're a good guy, Bird. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Sounds good, Trey. Amen. I'm excited to hear it. Maybe I should just pull it up on my phone real quick. Let's see. I'll pull this up and give it a quick listen. All right. Let's see what this sounds like. Come on. Why can I not hear this? Yes. Well, I'll check it out at some point. I'll get it figured out. I hope you're well. Do you have any advice for option holders? I have a ton. Push them all till 7-9. I'm worried both volatility and price have been dropping. Personally, Nick, it's entirely your decision, right? But I would give yourself a little more runway. I think it's a pretty short expiration, especially since we're in a consolidation phase. I'm feeling good. Thank you, Awu. I appreciate that. Medical discharge over here. Get on your VA grind stat. Thoughts on one DTCC rule or a combination of them having a real effect on behaviors? I think they will, Nick. But I'm not banking on anything, right? I'm not banking on any sort of filing that comes out to change the name of the game in a single day or a single week or a single month, right? I'm playing the long-term thing. I'm waiting for... I'm waiting to watch the results. And if the results happen, I think that speaks pretty heavily on where we're sitting. Where do I stand on Torch? You did a vid. I did do a video on Torchlight quite a while ago. I'm bullish on Torchlight, the merger with Metamaterials, long term. I think it's going to be a good company, and I think it's definitely got an opportunity for a squeeze up. But I just be careful, man. I'd be careful. It's something that I don't think is going to have the same sustainable long term sort of growth that AMC has had. So if you're going to make money on it, you do what you got to do. If the market is there to make money, just make sure you're monitoring the situation, right? Because every stock in the stock market is different. We watched what happened with Clove. We watched what happened with Torchlight. There's opportunity to make money there if you want to do it, but just be careful. Just be careful. That's all I'm asking. Singer Girly, appreciate that. Really appreciate all my Gorilla Queen, Amal. Tell her cutie loves her. Hey, man. Well, Amal, your cutie loves you. Absolutely. Love you, Trey. Can you just shout out to Ape from Alabama? Stacy Tillman, praying for your surgery. Stacy Tillman, let's go. Light taps. Let's see some light taps in the chat. Light taps in the chat, man. Light taps. Michael, I'm going through them. There's quite a few super chats. I'm trying to catch up as much as I can. I really do feel like our apes have been held strong and our weak paper-handed pornos have been shaken out. I think we definitely have came comfortable in the 50s. I don't see us testing the 40s. Hodl. Hey, man, I think it's really comfy. I think we're sitting absolutely fine right now. It's a patience game, man. It's boring to watch. This is the fluff. It's the boring shit, but we're sitting fine. I'm not worried. Coconut Chuck, I'm holding my banana, brother. Let's go to the moon. AMC Apes all the way. Yes, sir. Singer Girly, article named DGAZF, Weaponized Indifference by ETFtrends.com. Shows a lot of similarities to what apes can do to shorts for AMC. Let's see if I can find that. DGAZF. Weaponized something. Indifference. Give me a second to clear my throat. Oh, I do this all the time. Bob Saget. I hate that I do this. All right, I'm going to wait 10 seconds for the chat to catch up. I know I was muted. Keep your secrets then. Oh, man. I love it. Interesting. I'll have to dig into this more, man. This could be something interesting for sure. DGAZF. Delisted. Woof. Wow. What was the float on it? Yeah, it's not going to tell me, huh? Man, that's nasty, though. Look at how low the volume was, too. Holy crap. Woo. That's wild. I'll have to read into that more, man. That's interesting. You have an army behind you. Nah, man, you guys are all your own individual people. There's no armies. There's only apes. Only apes. That is an ETF times 3. It's not even similar. Yeah, that's why I'm starting to look into it, man. I retired as a 19 Kilo 2 Echo 6 tank commander and fought in both OIF and OEF. I'm holding 1200 AMC. Let's get some. I appreciate your service, brother. I was never much of a I'm not one of the crazy combat arms branches, but that's cool. Bob Saget! You should be able to hear the mic's not muted. Check F9 numbers on box office mojo. Is it doing pretty good? F9 box office numbers mojo. Who's seen it so far? Anybody going to see F9? Opening was 70 million. Check that out. Opening $70 million, 4,000 theaters or so, 2 hours and 25 minutes. June 25th, they made 30 mil. 21 mil on the 26th. Interesting. That ain't bad. That ain't too shabby. Thank you, Scott. Been buying AMC since you first talked about it. Cheers, brother. Man, I tell you what, it's been a freaking journey. Isn't this wild? Think about this, guys. Think about this. AMC since freaking January 1st. How much is this up? Check this out. January 4th. January 4th, the stock traded at $2. $54 divided by $2. 2,700%. That's disgusting. Since $5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. 10.5x? Nasty. That's so cool. That's so gross. It's a lot of money. Would one be bullish on FIW? I haven't read into it, to be honest with you, man. I haven't read into FIW. Live stream in the morning? I think that's what I'm going to do, man. Absolutely. Favorite trade quote. How many times do I have to teach this lesson, old man? I got that from SpongeBob. I take no credit. You're a rock star. I love everything you've done and continue to do. Wishing nothing but great vibes on your health and recovery. Thank you, AMC Kitty. I honestly haven't done that much. This is a thing that everybody collectively, did their own research and due diligence and made their own financial responsible decisions on, It's a really freaking cool thing to see. It really is. It really, really is. Check out GTT. It's started picking up volume this week. I think GTT, I've actually seen this a little bit. I think this could be the next sort of Clove Torchlight sort of setup. I think it's got a pretty decent bull flag setup. I think it does have some pretty decently high short interest, like 40% or something. But be careful. I think, if anything, GTT will be, like I said, the next sort of Torchlight or Clove kind of run up. If you want to make money on it, that's what the market's for, right? It's there to make money. You've got free capital. That's totally cool. All that I'd say is this, right? Don't go chasing a shinier diamond than the one in your hand, right? If you got extra capital, you want to make money to put somewhere else, do what you got to do, That's your own financial responsibility, your own decision. But just be careful, man. It's not going to have that same sort of AMC and GTT, different stocks. But it could do something. It definitely could. I don't disagree with you. Trey would be my PL. E4 Mafia represent. Nah, man, you don't want me as your PL. You don't want me as a PL. I've got too much energy. The people in the office always make fun of me because I can't sit still. All right. Wanted more people to understand this movement and made a video using Pokemon to explain it. Could you please watch it? I see it as a recruitment tool in this war for those that don't get it. The stock sucks. My headphones are broken right now, man. But what I'll do is I'll pull you up and I'll check it out once I get off this stream. Good morning, Vietnam. I love it. The stock sucks. Look at that. Using Pokemon to explain the AMC and GameStop stock shenanigans. Trey, wish everything going well for you. I'm doing great, brother. Thank you for that. Stock socks are great. I'll check them out, man. Could the hedgies be slowly... Oh, I gotta scroll back up. Piss! Oh, well. Wow, I'm really behind. But the hedges be slowly covering their older shorts and taking out new ones to draw the squeeze. Hopefully, we will eventually give up. So even if they're doing that, a short position is still a short position, right? They're still short on the stock. So it doesn't really change anything. It just changes their average cost. Just changes things on paper. So if they're covering and repositioning, it still has squeeze. I'm not worried about it. Pay attention to the actual overall short percent volume, short percent interest, right? That'll tell you the picture. And it's high. It's at 18.6%. I'm absolutely fine with it. They want to play dumb fuckery games. Let them do it, man. Let them do it. I don't care. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change a thing. Mr. Brother, can I get some gorillas in the chat? Drop those gorillas in the chat, baby. Yes, sir. My wife finally let me get some. Ooh, I'm not going to read that out loud, but I'm happy for you, Jordan. That's cool. Jeez. Shout out to Discord Lady Apes. Hey, shout out to the Discord Lady Apes. Absolutely. Absolutely, Becky. Eric. Thank you for that, man. Jeez. Been adding it holding since February because of you. In spite of some friends laughing at me, I'm up 160K now. You're amazing. My girlfriend is sick of hearing about you, but I owe you. I'm an ortho MD. If you ever need anything in the future, I'm here for you. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. My, man. Wow. I'll tell you what, if I ever need anything, I got you, brother. and I'll definitely lean on you, man. When I'm hurting and I need help with stuff, you know, I try to lean on people the best that I can. Everyone needs to do it. Thank you for your service, brother. Thank you, Robert. Why is short interest being high so important? Because short interest, put simply, is how many people are betting against the stock and how many people can cause a short squeeze. So if the short interest right now, for example, is 95-ish million shares, that's 95 million shares that could potentially get squoze out of the stock, that can push that stock up higher. It's actually 97 million on the loan and 95 million current short interest estimate, right? That's huge. That's huge. It gives you a trend. And it easily could be higher than this because this is 85% of the exchange reported data. Every time they get that 2-week FINRA report, right, that actually ends up drawing that up. This is the second time in a row that short interest has gone up when they get those FINRA reports. So this just raises the ceiling, right? More shorts means more opportunity for a squeeze. My wife and I named our new grill Treyders. I love that, man. That's beautiful. Kyakuman Pasento. Hey, Trey, treasuries of Citadel resigned. Resigned. Interesting. Really? Ooh. Ooh. We don't know if it's related. But Michael Kurlander resigned from Citadel on June 24th. Interesting. Ooh. Citadel has been losing billions of dollars since the rise of... I love that this is in there. Oh, that's good. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's good. Oh, man. Having my face red. I feel all warm. I feel hot. Oh, jeez. Michael Kurlander, the deputy global treasurer of Citadel Securities, has resigned after 4 years with the hedge fund. Michael Kurlander is now the CFO for Pagaya, a financial AI tech company. Citadel has been losing billions of dollars since the rise of retail investors in the AMC and GameStop saga. For this reason, the community speculates Citadel Securities is a sinking ship. This is franknez.com. I don't know how reliable of a source this is. Finance, knowledge, freedom. But it's pretty interesting to read anyways. I got a kick out of that. Definitely. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. How come you always get to pick all the adventures, Rick? Shout out to M. James for being the MOD, the mod of all mods. Bringing Apple for Mod Appreciation Week. Yes, sir. M. James 007. Appreciate you, man. With F9 breaking numbers since 2019, there's no way we don't have a plus 20% week. I wouldn't say that, man. It's not great to set expectations, but it's good to be excited, right? Be excited about catalysts, be excited about good things, because it can drive the price up, right? It depends on how the market reacts to certain news. I'm just not trying to set any expectations, right? I'm pretending that we live in a vacuum and that as it is right now, all that exists is the technicals, right? The technicals and the short interest data, which tells us the last week there was heavy shorting taking place. Short interest went up, right? We're still respecting this overall bullish pennant. I'm happy with that, right? And I think by setting those lower expectations and just seeing where it goes on a day-to-day basis, right? You're going to be, you won't be let down, right? A lot of disappointment comes from setting expectations. And that's something that I'm trying to make a point not to do, right? I think it's important to do that. I'm just doing this as a long-term savings account, man. As long as this continues to run up, as long as the shorts haven't covered their positions, there's more shorts that got to get squoze out, man. You're looking at more on the table. Can I hear your best Minnesota accent? Oh, man. Do I have one? I don't think I even have one. I'm from Minnesota. I don't know. I think Minnesotans draw out their vowels a little bit. Bagel, boat, what other words? Tater tot hot dish. I like to go fishing. I play frisbee golf. I don't know. Is that the accent for you? I don't know how to make a Minnesotan accent. Want to go sit on a bucket out on the lake? Eric, I appreciate that, man. Soda. Here in Minnesota, we say pop. That's what it is. Soda? Soda? The fuck's a soda? In Minnesota, we say pop. That's how it is. Hey, Trey, keep your amazing work up. You rock. I want to shout out Dean Beavis on YouTube. Awesome AMC hype video. Definitely worth the watch. Dean Beavis. Bubbler? No, that's a Wisconsin thing. That's a Wisconsin thing. I've never seen anywhere else that does that besides Wisconsin. Thanks, man, for all your hard work. Been holding since January, and there have been many times I wanted to sell, hodling for you all. Hey, man, I hodl for the greater good, man. I hodl for everybody. I just want the best for each individual person, and I want a better market. Simple as it gets. Restore the Snyderverse. Want to watch awesome movies over and over in AMC? Fight corporate manipulation. We stand with Snyder and AMC. Yes, sir. We say soda in New York. Well, you're absolutely not right. In Minnesota, we say pop, pop. I'm drinking some Bomani Cold Buzz coffee. Check it out if you like coffee and the good stuff. Thank you for your continued commentary. Don, I'll have to check it out, man. Absolutely. I'm trying to limit my my alcohol intake. I really am. I want to take care of my ticker. Trying to limit that stuff. Trying to get a little more sleep. Trying to take it serious. Because in the last month or so, I've gone to the ER twice for some arrhythmic flare-ups, and I don't know, man. It's sketchy. Every time that happens, I think to myself, good Lord, is this the day? Is this the day? I just try and ride it out. But once the time comes, man, for sure. Shout out to the Discord Lady Apes. Becky, I gave you one. Absolutely. Are institutions buying to sell to shorts? I don't think that's a smart idea, no. Great, brother, you're an oversold option. Get some much needed rest, brother. Peace. Take it easy, Sand Dollar. Minnesota State Bird. The Loon. The Loon, man. Yes, sir. What's a pop? Pop cereal? Yes, sir. I love this chat, man. This is nice. See, the weekend people are just freaking Jay chilling. That's nice. I love that. Love that. Where are you guys all from? Let's see some locations. I pray your health restores 100%. Trey, light taps, tappity tap, 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 fucking tap, baby. Oh, man. And the wealth of the wicked gets transferred to us at the point where all overly blessed financially. You hope for me, I hope for you. We hold together. Ape strong. P.S. Any tips to invest in after AMC? Well, I have some long-term stocks that I like, but I'm going to touch on that after the saga's over. I'm focused on this in the here and the now. I'm trying to live in the present, and then when the future comes, I'll prepare for that, you know? Man, we got a lot of different places. Oregon, Spring Lake, North Carolina. New Zealand, J9, wow. SoCal. I think I'm actually going to be going out to SoCal in late July. I think somewhere between July 23rd and the 25th, I'm going to be coming out to California. Miami. My friend, actually, his name is, he's in the Discord, Wall Street Viking, if you're watching right now. I got to shout you out, man, because this guy got me some freaking... This kid, I don't know how he did it, but this guy is amazing. He got me and one of my friends some tickets for... Where is this? Rolling Loud in Miami, July 23rd through the 25th. So I'll be there in the area, I think, during that period of time. If anybody else out there wants to meet up or something. People are going on about the Torchlight merger with MMAT and them also having a squeeze. Or is this a distraction from AMC? It's not a distraction unless you make it one, right? So the stock market is a tool to make money, right? You can make money on stocks a million different ways. It's a distraction if you chase a shinier diamond than the one you've got in your hand, right? If you're liquidating a position in AMC to get into a different stock, that's a distraction. That's a problem, right? In my opinion, it's your own financial decision or responsibility to do what you want to do. But if you've got extra dry powder laying around, think about it like this. If you've got $1,000 in your brokerage, right, and it's just sitting there, you're waiting for an opportunity to buy more AMC. You want to buy a dip or something. But you think another stock in the meantime is going to run up. You can put that $1,000 in another stock, make money, take your profits, and then you have maybe $1,500, $2,000, $2,500. Who knows, right? It's just dependent on the stock and how it runs up. But if you've got extra capital, you want to make money to put it into a different stock, you know, not a distraction. It's only a distraction if you make it one and you don't have a plan. Have a plan, man. I mean, because every stock in the market's different. AMC doesn't do what Torchlight does, doesn't do what Clove does, doesn't do what Microvision does, right? You got to read the technical chart and just have a game plan, right? You do that, I think you're okay. What do I think of Michael Kurlander leaving Citadel? Well, I laughed at that article for a good minute. That was good. What can you tell me about Fisker, an EV automaker? I've seen Fisker before, but I haven't done enough research on it to give you some sort of really solid answer. I think the EV stock that I like a lot is CCIV. And I know that's kind of a mixed opinion stock because of what happened with their valuation when that came out. But I am bullish on CCIV, which will be Lucid Motors eventually, long term. I think CCIV will be a really good long-term EV play. That's just me. It's based in the States, which I like. I like to support the U.S. economy, which is awesome. I think it's a good company, but I'd have to look into Fisker more. Got to be honest with you. It hasn't been my focus. I've been focused on AMC and trying to really live, breathe, and shit AMC stock. So, yeah, look at these locations, man. Madison, Wisconsin. I've been there a couple times. PM some charts to share with the group if you want. Shows what important point of time war we are in. It looks good. Sean, I just need to know where you DM'd it to, man. Instagram, Twitter, Discord. F9 shatters pandemic record with 70 million opening weekend. Let's go! Holy Toledo. That's freaking Tennytown, Chicken Church, Kraken Kingdom. You know what it is. That's the equivalent of a big fat freaking George W. neckline break on AMC. You love to see it. No chat, just for you, my friend. I appreciate that. Cooking with Rick. Oh, jeez, Rick. Wisconsin. Yeah. People always make fun of the way I say stock. Today, my friends, my family, my fellow girl again, we're going to be talking about AMC stock. Oh, man. It's just a Minnesotan thing. I think we just dropped our vowels. I don't know. Summer movies, Trey. Jackass 4. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I should say. Are we afraid that institutions selling shares will stop the squeeze? I don't think they'll stop the squeeze, no. I think retail investors control 80% of the float, so it might halt things a little bit, might slow some momentum, but 80% being owned by retail is what's going to control the moves, right? Retail will decide that. Cheers, brother, to life. A beer on me. Best wish for that heart of yours. Jose, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Myrtle Beach. I've been out there one time, and I want to go back again because Myrtle Beach is freaking beautiful. It's like an hour and a half drive away, 2 hours away from where I'm going to end up living in North Carolina. Big Daddy Kong. Oh, man. Judos. Cheers, brother. Appreciate that. Hoping for a speed recovery. Can you and Matt do a live stream together? That would be awesome. Thank you both for your insight. We could do one together here relatively soon. Maybe I can call him at some point and see if he wants to do a chat of some sort. So whenever I end this live stream, for anybody that's interested, there's going to be a video going up on my backup channel, if you want to check it out. It's going to be about the spoon and the spider. For anybody that wants to see this, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, right? So in case you're new to the channel, you don't know what I'm talking about, no, not YouTube Studio. I want to go to my channel. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, it'll be here, Trey's Trades Clips. There was a live stream, not a live stream, a video where a spider almost bit my hand and I killed it with a spoon. And it's going to be, we made a little video of this. Oh, it's actually already up. Check this out. The spoon harpoon. If you want to check that out at some point, it's right here. The spoon harpoon. That's awesome. There it is if you want to see it at some point. I think it's a pretty funny video. You'll get a kick out of this. When it was showed to me by some of the people on my team, I laughed for a solid 5 minutes. It's really damn funny. It's really dang funny. I loved it a lot. So if you want to see it, this is it. The Trades Clips. This sort of stuff is just small snippets of videos. If you want to check them out, it's whatever. If not, I'm chilling. We'll be here. Can we all come visit outside your hospital after surgery? Love you, man. Tandoori. If you want. I mean, well, what we could do is when I'm done with the surgery, I can meet up with some people in OKC. We can get some food somewhere. How's that sound? What do you guys think? You guys let me know in the chat bar if after the surgery that I get, you want to get some grub somewhere in Oklahoma City. That's where I'll be. You want to get food somewhere in Oklahoma City? I'll be output. All right, looks like it's good now. You guys let me know if it looks all right. I'm going to wait. Let me know. It says my connection's good now. You guys let me know if there's lag. You guys let me know if it's fixed. It's not live on Trey's Trades Clips? It says it is on my end. Yeah, it's up. Die, spider! All good? Sweet. Yeah, if you guys want to do something like that, though, you want to meet up after that minor surgery, we can definitely do that in Oklahoma City and just get food or something. Maybe go see a movie at AMC. I don't know. It'd be cool. Hey, Trey/Ape story time. I just wanted to say how life-changing this journey has been. I went from swing trading crypto with 2,500, all I had at the time, to 30K plus, to putting it all in AMC. Broke 100K. I sold nothing. I hodl. Peter! Drop some freaking gorillas in the chat for Peter, man. The six-figure club. I love to see it, brother. Absolutely. I'm jacked for you. Congratulations. Congratulations, dude. Everybody's got a journey. Everybody's got a story. That's what it's all about. Love you, buddy. $7, 16K share, hodling ape here. Thought so many of the early apes keep buying. Even if 20% of newer apes sell, it still moons. Dude, you are a whale. You got to be up a filthy amount of cash. 16,000 shares times 54 bucks. That's almost $1 million. Dang. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Good luck with your surgery. Great stuff you're doing. It should be fine, man. It should be easy. It should be super easy. Wish you well this week. I'll be thinking of you, apes making change, aka Asha Med of. Check you out real quick. I appreciate everybody tuning in this weekend. This has been a lot of fun. I like this. I like chatting with everybody. We can do these weekend live streams more often if you want. I think it's fun, for sure. Apes making change. Oh, I'll have to check that out, man. Sweet. Dennis, thank you for that. Thanks for keeping us apes hyped. I got you, Revol! Moon Landing Fest will be in Vegas and will be epic. It'll be at ApeCon, but don't miss the party. 2021 announcements coming soon. Fest Landing. There you go, baby. Need to do a meetup in Greensville, South Carolina. Also, F9 hits pandemic record with $70 million opening weekend. Prayers for you, buddy. Thank you, Peter. And definitely will. I've actually got a buddy that I went to college with. His name's Ryan. He's a national champion in the steeplechase Division 3. He lives out in Greensville. So I've got a reason to go out there anyways. I might as well. I want to revisit that guy. You should get an Iron Man heart tattoo, and then you should be an Iron Ape. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, how about this? We get Kong, and in the middle he's got a freaking arc reactor in his chest. It'll be like Iron Kong. That'd be sick. Iron Kong, what do you think? So glad you're happy again, missed you. I came across a great read on Frank Nez, Citadel losing billions. I think I just read that, man. That was so good. That made me chuckle for a good minute. That made me really spit some freaking juice. Which is a good bank that will hold my millions. Hey, so when you make your money in your brokerage, make sure you call your bank and let them know whenever you transfer that cash out, when the time comes, that you're going to be transferring in money. Otherwise, they're going to think you're committing fraudulence. I'm telling you, they will. You got to call them. You got to have that conversation. They're going to lock up your funds. Dog Pound really wants to mod for you. She's solid. Dog Pound. Where's she at? Dog Pound. Or Dog... Oh, I should say he or she. I don't know for sure. That'd be cool. She. Well, you said she, so it's a she. I guess I should just read a little closer. Oopsies. Started a live chat late, but heard you say you were having open heart surgery. I had it when I was 2.5 weeks old. I'm 36 now, still going. Hey, thank you, Adam. It should go fine. I don't have the actual open heart surgery yet. I've got a small one. So they're just putting in a loop monitor. That'll be on Wednesday. I think it'll take like an hour. Procedure's pretty easy. Recovery is a couple days. Shouldn't be anything bad. I feel fine about it. It should be fine. But I appreciate that, man. I'm glad to see you're still up and kicking. Medical procedures have really evolved a lot. I think it's actually... Come on. Fix yourself. Fix yourself. There we go. I'm going to give it 10 seconds because I know people are going to say lag, lag, lag. And we'll get back to it. Serious question, maybe dumb. What happens if Citadel goes bankrupt? We out of luck? No, somebody has to pay. So there's kind of like a tier of people who would have to pay for stuff, right? Citadel, they go bankrupt, comes up to the lenders, right? The people who allow those transactions. Maybe it's a bank. Maybe it's a different institution. They can't pay, goes up to the National Security Clearing Corporation because they've got sort of an insurance policy that covers for people who default on their positions, right? It'll have to get paid for. It just will. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no free chicken in the stock market. Everybody's got to pay. All right, Daniel W. Oh, here we go. Perfect. I'll check that out. I'm surprised this many people hopped on this weekend. That's cool. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. There we go. I got you, man. Appreciate that. Back on. We're good. We're good. We're good. I think it's an Ortex thing. Maybe I just have to update it. Excision got a Harambe song. He's a gorilla as well. Let's get him to headline. Ooh, that'd be sick. You have never viewed this as a long-term investment. You always said it was going to squeeze. Big change. No, Lisa, I think you're interpreting that wrong, right? So I'm not saying that this is a long-term investment. I'm saying I view it as a long-term investment. Think about this. I've been holding this since January. A lot of people have been holding it since January. That's a pretty freaking significant amount of time, right? You know? So to view it that way, to view it as no timeline, waiting for shorts to cover their positions, to squeeze them out, is the way that I'm viewing it, right? It's just long-term holding until the squeeze happens, right? Doesn't mean that it's not going to squeeze. It means that's how I'm viewing it. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. I'm not saying this is something you're going to have to hold for years and years and years. If anything, it might not even take more than 6 months. Might take more than a month. Might take more than 2 months. Might take more than 3 months. All I'm saying is I'm not giving you a timeline. I don't know when this is going to squeeze at this point, right? I can't predict that to the day, right? It could have happened in March. Could have happened in April. Could have happened in May. Could have happened in June. I thought it was going to happen in June. It did get a nice move up in June, right? But I'm viewing this as some sort of longer hold, right? That's all I'm viewing it as. Long term to me would be about a year. So maybe midterm's a better word. Maybe that's a better way to word it, right? I just don't know. That's how I'm viewing it, to put my mind at ease so I don't expect anything on any given day. I drove from Ohio to South Dakota, ran into some apes. It was great. Who's going to set this ape con up? Y'all are like, fam, it'll happen, Christina. I've seen this popping around. There's a lot of people out there who are actually working behind the scenes to make stuff happen, for sure. Most important question here all day. Do you play Six Siege, Warzone, or Madden? If so, I'd love the game with you, and so would my mini gorilla following. I'd love to chill on the sticks and get some uninterrupted tips from you to help me. I play Cold War. I play Cold War a little bit. I haven't played in a minute, honestly. I should set up my PlayStation again one of these days soon. I also play God of War. I played that series all the way through a couple of times. I'm waiting for Ragnarok to come out. Not a big Battle Royale fan. It's too slow paced for me. I like free-for-all. I like free-for-all on Cold War. That's a lot of fun. But I'd be down for it, man. Maybe someday. Honestly, something I've considered doing when I can eventually do YouTube full-time and stocks full-time is starting up a second channel for anime and gaming. Because I love anime and I love playing games. I'd love to freaking commentate my journey through playing God of War Ragnarok when the time comes. That'd be a lot of fun. GG Crip. I love that. I'm using AMC to fund my music. The music industry is elitist like the stock market. I made a space music video for one of my singles in honor of the apes. YouTube, Trevere leaving music video. Black Clover? Oh, Black Clover is so good. It's so freaking decent. Please do the anime one. Yes, sir. I would sub to that. Why don't you do more GME videos as much as AMC, says Harry Butt Cheeks. I've always been true to AMC. I was bullish on AMC back in January when GameStop did its move. I just believed in it. And that doesn't mean that I'm not bullish on GameStop. It's just AMC is my position. AMC is the stock that I'm invested in, right? AMC and GameStop both are not like independent freaking shadow realm depths that don't touch each other, right? AMC and GameStop can both do great things together. GameStop's just not my focus, right? AMC is my focus. Doesn't mean that I'm not bullish on GameStop. Doesn't mean GameStop can't do what it's got to do. But AMC's my girl. Amy's my girl, man. Simple as it gets. God bless you, Trey. You the man, my guy. Thanks for all your hard work. Shout outs from Ontario, California. Cheers to everyone. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you. My Hero Academia. Oh, dude. Oh, Midoriya's new quirk. Oh, that got me going. That was so cool to watch. I literally just spit out my freaking coffee when I was watching that. That was nuts. Tampa Gasparilla 2022 or ApeCon in Vegas 2022. I'd be down for either, honestly. Amy. My name is Amy. Yes, sir. All right. Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. This is a fun little live stream. I think I'm going to wrap it up here in the next couple of minutes. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in here. Does mean a lot to me. If you want to just do me a favor, just drop a like on the way out. It does help with the algorithm, blah, 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 whatever. You don't have to subscribe. I don't really give a shit. But I appreciate everybody. I really do. Thanks for tuning in. I just kind of wanted to chat with everybody and see what's cooking with Crisco. Remind everybody that we're sitting just fine, right? So we talked about the volume. We talked about the short interest. We talked about where we're sitting right now. This is the fluff in the middle, right? This is the fluff in the middle that sets up the next big move for AMC stock. So I'm waiting this out. I'm waiting to see what ends up happening. I think I'm going to do a live stream in the morning tomorrow instead of making a video. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to do so. I did get this video up here just recently. Trey's Trade Spoon Harpoon on Trey's Trades Clips. If you want to watch that. If not, I'm chilling. Don't really matter. I think it's funny. It's just talking about the spider I killed on that video. But that's what I've got for you guys. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Much love to the freaking apes and the gorilla gang out there. Catch y'all on this live stream we'll do tomorrow morning for the pre-market. Much love to all. Light taps, light taps, light taps, light taps, light taps, light taps, light taps. Peace out, everybody. Much love. Peace.